From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is Roz and Mocha.
it's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
Amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Halloween is on Monday. Time to get spooky, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
And a new poll for Halloween asked 1,000 people about the paranormal. Your favorite subject, Ross.
Mm-hmm.
And found almost 1 in 5 think that they've seen a ghost before.
1 in 5.
Mm-hmm.
There's
high
4
number.
people right here right now. We just need one more.
Excuse me?
Roz, Mocha, Shem, more. We need one more, and then there's 5. Then that means one of us saw. I've seen a ghost.
Okay, well, there you go.
Okay.
Most who have seen a ghost say that it's happened multiple times. There's a 50-50 chance you'll know the ghost that you encounter.
Oh, shut up with this, for God's sake.
Most ghosts are nice.
Uh-huh.
Thinking your house is haunted is very common.
Uh-huh.
Even if you've never seen a ghost, you may have sensed one.
My grandfather.
According to this survey.
Yeah.
David Morey hit the streets to talk to people about some of these stats.
We're outside the liquor store because there's lots
for
of booze
God's
and spirits. It is Halloween. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Ronnie.
Okay, 1 in 5 people have said that they have actually seen a ghost. There's only 2 of us, but I need to know, have you ever seen a ghost?
Yes, I believe I've seen a couple in my day, if I'm not mistaken.
What happened? Where? When? Tell me more.
One memory that sticks out the most, I was in bed. I must have been younger than about 10 years old. And you're a kid. Your mother comes in and checks on you every now and again when you're about to go to bed. I was about to go to sleep. I was rolled over on my side. I feel, like like someone sitting on my bed, like sitting beside me. So I'm like, oh, Mom. So I turn around. No one's there, but I look over to my left, and there's just imprints on the bed.
No way.
Yeah, so I felt the weight motion of somebody sitting down beside me when I was a little kid, turned over, and there's booty imprints on my bed and nothing else.
What about you? Have you ever seen a ghost?
Yes. Well, I was like 14 years old, laying in bed in the basement. I live in the basement of my parents' home, and I just see these 2 figures just drifting around, and it just freaked me right out.
Were they nice figures?
I have no idea.
Not sexy, like nice, like polite.
I have no idea. I never communicated with them. Just covers over my head.
Have you ever actually seen a ghost?
Yeah, thousands.
Really?
Every week.
Wait, tell me more.
I'm sorry, I have to get back to work.
Well, you don't want to tell me about your ghost encounters?
I'm sorry, it's too scary.
Hey, let me ask you this. Were they nice ghosts?
No,
Were they men or women?
I can't tell, they're ghosts.
Have you ever seen an actual ghost?
I don't think so.
But you'd know if you have, right?
How would you know?
No, but you would know.
I guess.
So it is leading into Halloween, and 1 in 5 people have said that they have actually seen a ghost. Have you?
I have friends that have had ghost experiences, but have not seen one. One of my friends had a knife dropped outside of her door in the middle of the night, and so we think that the ghost had bad intentions.
Oh, yeah.
You've seen a ghost, haven't you?
Yes, I have. Actually, as we speak, my grandmother passed, and I know she comes very often in my house. Lights go off, doors close, and when I tell her, Grandma, you gotta go, because I gotta go to bed, or I gotta go to sleep, or I gotta do something, immediately she disappears. I do actually pray and ask for her to come, and then days later, the lights in the kitchen shut off or whatever.
See?
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, oh,
See?
you're there. Okay, you're here with me.
I got to ask this. Whenever you're about to go into the bathroom, do you ever say, Grandma, can you wait outside?
I have. Yeah, it's kind of funny, but I have. I sometimes, when I take clothes, change or whatever, put pajamas on or whatever, I tell her, now you can't look or whatever. So I kind of laugh about it, but yeah, it's kind of funny.
See?
Oh, for God's sake. Maury, if you had a ghost that stared at you while you changed, you would perform, right?
I would
I
slow
think
down a little
I think
bit.
you'd probably start going to the gym.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh, yes, it's Halloween. Right? Happy Halloween, everybody.
Woo! Roz dressing up today. First time ever.
Shut up.
Look at you.
What? What am I wearing? I'm wearing a black hoodie.
What else? Looking all disheveled and stuff.
Shut up.
What? You're not a monster today?
No, you jackass.
Like a hobo? Are
No,
people allowed
I'm
to
not
dress
a
up?
hobo.
Are people allowed to dress up as hobos?
No.
Or is that insensitive?
First of all, I did not dress up as a hobo. I used to dress up. Like, I've been a hobo many times. Because that was always like the quick go-to, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
My mom would put Vaseline on my face and throw some coffee grounds on there to give you like a dirty beard.
Yeah. And
Right?
you wear like ripped up clothes or whatever?
You wear
Like,
ripped up clothes.
Your dad's old shirt.
Yeah, and you get a stick and you tie like a polka dot bag around the end of it to carry all your
Are we allowed
stuff
to do
in.
that? I don't think you're allowed to do
I
that
don't
anymore.
think you're allowed to dress up as a hobo anymore because this is maybe you are, because to me there's a difference between like hobo and like homeless, right? Like hobo to me always seemed like a lifestyle.
Sure.
Right? Like hobo to me always seemed like somebody who was on a walkabout, like, catch a ride on a train, go to a city you've never been to before, right?
Yeah.
Like hobo to me seemed like it
Eating
was a
beans
choice.
out of a can.
Yes, right? Make friends along the way. Find a dog for life.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah.
To me, hobo always seemed like lifestyle choice as opposed to
And it was-
displaced human.
and you always
Hobo
went-
just stands for homeward bound.
Yeah, see?
And you always just go extra with it, right? To make it a little bit more comical.
Yes.
So you're not making fun.
No.
My good friend starred in a movie called Hobo with a Shotgun.
Right? See? I don't know if that was necessarily a fantastic representation of what we're talking about.
We can't go down that road, boy. No, absolutely not.
But yeah, no. So what other I remember one year. It was funny. I was going to put this in the book, and it was one story that I just couldn't do because, last minute. What's that?
What book?
My book, you jackass.
You have a book?
Shut up. Because last minute Halloween costumes. Because I talk a lot about my mom and like her sort of like the way that she raised us and the terrifying things that she often said. There was one year where I didn't have a costume for Halloween. And she sort of like went to her closet and put something together for me. And I was probably in grade, I'm going to say 6. Like, how old are you in grade 6? Like 10?
Sure.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And she went in her closet and grabbed like a bunch of old jewelry and a sparkly shirt. And she had these like patent leather white go-go boots.
Yeah.
Right. And then she sat me in the bathroom and just like did all my put like makeup on me and like curled my hair and everything else. Okay. And then sent me out the door to school to walk to school.
Yeah.
And out of all the things when like a young boy dresses up sort of like in drag as like a whatever, right? Like you're clearly looking like a woman.
Mm-hmm. And you were tall.
She didn't say, hey, you're so-and-so and name a celebrity. She didn't say, hey, you're a go-go dancer. My mom sent me out of the house to go to school in grade 6 for Halloween and said, if anybody asks what you're dressed as, you say hooker.
Oh my God. Yes, Mom.
Right? My mom sent me to school dressed as a hooker.
So you had to tell everyone you were a hooker?
Yes.
Oh my God, including teachers.
Yes. Yes.
And?
Went over very well.
Yeah, of course it did.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I watched Hocus Pocus 2 last night. We saved that for the weekend.
And?
Yeah, it was great.
Did you watch one?
Yeah, one came out in like 93. I was trying to explain to my kid that I was in high school when one came out.
She didn't believe you
That's
either?
a long time. That's a long time.
I wasn't born yet.
Yeah. No.
Wow.
How
Did you
long-
watch Hocus
When were
Pocus
you
Part
born,
1
Deepa?
or
When
2,
were you?
Deepa?
I was born 1995.
Yeah. So Hocus Pocus 2, this is like a millennium mom's dream. Like Catherine was losing her mind watching Hocus Pocus because she was like a kid, right? In 93.
Same with Jenna.
Yeah.
I never
Same
saw
with
it.
me.
You never saw it?
No.
Oh,
You
didn't watch Hocus
so
Pocus?
good.
No. And I'm a
Yeah.
huge fan of SJP.
Yeah. Book?
Oh yeah.
But did you
Such a good
did you see that story with that Texas mom named Jamie Gooch?
No.
Who would not allow Hocus Pocus to be played in her house. So it's like, when like somebody freaks out and then the local news station goes and then they interview them about their opinions. So this is Jamie Gooch. It's a Hocus Pocus mom is what it's called.
Okay.
Talking about why she would not allow her children to watch Hocus Pocus.
A worst case scenario is that you unleash hell on your kids.
God.
It grieves me, the thought of exposing our kids to darkness. The whole
my
movie is
God.
based on witches harvesting children for blood sacrifices. I believe whatever comes in our TV screens, there are things attached to that. I've seen for myself the things that I've watched with my eyes or heard over a TV screen, they become manifested in real life. Everybody thinks it's fake and innocent, but they could be casting any type of spell that they want to. Anything could be coming through that TV screen into your home.
Watching Hocus Pocus is gonna spells are gonna come through the television.
Yes,
and affect her family.
Yes, and I don't know. So Blair Erskine is one of the writers on Jimmy Kimmel. She did a response to Jamie Gooch's video talking about how Hocus Pocus will destroy your family and your life.
Hey y'all, this is a message for all my mamas out there, all my mama bears. I'm going to try not to get emotional. On Tuesday, I was in the kitchen frying up some cheese for dinner, and I left my kids in the living room, my 8-year-old Rebecca and my 4-year-old Vanilla Bellini, and they're watching TV. I'm frying up the cheese. All of a sudden, I hear them screaming, Mama, Mama, there's a witch in the house. There's a witch in the house. And if you're a mama bear like me, you know that's your worst fear. Like those 6 words, there's a witch in the house, there's nothing scarier than that. And so I grabbed my frying pan, I ran into the living room as fast as I could. Sure enough, there's a witch on my TV talking about blending up my kids, turning them upside down, eating them with a spoon like they're a Dairy Queen. Okay? And it was really scary. And I don't know how this got on my TV because we only let them watch family-friendly movies like the videos of them being born or Ratatouille without the sex scenes. When I let them in there, they were watching Old Yeller. So I guess the devil found my channel changer. I don't know. And I know people are going to be like, it's just a movie. It's not real. Y'all believe what you want to believe. But in this house, we believe that if something comes on the TV, it can come on you. I have seen it happen. And I don't want Bette Midler coming on me or my family.
Get out of here. Come on.
She's funny, man. Blair Erskine is on Twitter. She's hysterical. She has some really great stuff.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I'm so full of Halloween candy already. From the
Are
weekend.
you? I haven't touched one yet.
God. We went to Walmart and stocked up.
Yeah.
Because we made little baggies.
Yeah.
And we put like 4 bits of candy in like 4 mini
Really?
packs. Yeah.
That's effort, man.
So obviously, stacking the bags.
Yeah.
But then like every now and then in between each bag, like sneak a little Twix for myself.
Yeah.
Little Snickers.
Yeah.
Right? Some Sour Patch Kids.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. How many baggies did you guys make?
Oh God, we still have more to do. I'll do that when I get home from work today.
Yeah.
At least 50 maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe more. We bought like close to actually more than 200. Like 300 pieces of candy,
Yeah.
maybe?
Yeah. I bought
Those multi-packs?
I bought half the candy that we will need.
Yeah.
Yesterday, and I got to go buy the other half today. And yesterday I bought almost 400.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, Maury, living in a condo, do they do anything for the kids?
Are you allowed?
No, they don't allow it.
They don't allow it.
I know. And
Really?
they don't allow any decorating on your doors or on your balcony.
What?
Yeah.
For Halloween?
No. The note went out from the property manager saying if she sees anything on the balconies or doors, she'll come and take it down.
What does that mean? She'll come and take it down.
She goes, she said, this is my building.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever. No,
Yeah.
she didn't.
Yeah.
She said, this is my building in a note to all the residents of the condo.
Did you tell her
this
that-
is my building?
Yeah.
She can come and take it down, but she's got to climb up from the balconies below because you're not coming into my suite.
I can see her using the building's cherry picker.
Oh my God!
This is my building.
So you're not
Get
allowed to
outta
put
here.
like a Christmas wreath on the door
Nope,
or like
nothing.
a menorah, like nothing like that.
Nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
Not a boo sign, like a little boo.
No boo.
Like a little ghost.
Like a ghost? Nothing.
No.
Really?
Man.
I remember when I lived in an apartment building on Halloween, like they
Yeah.
let all the kids, like you can
Trick or treat?
go, to every door.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, not anymore.
You're
in
not
these
dressing up tonight,
condos.
right?
Me?
To give out candy?
No. My brother takes care of that. My brother's got his whole costume and everything else.
What is he this year? He always comes
He's
up
like
with
a demon thing that he made. And
wonderful ideas. Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's crazy. But he was
You should
working.
have gone as your book cover.
Yeah.
Oh, good one.
Thank you.
It's not too late.
No, you're right. It's not too late. You can go as my book cover. But no, my brother was he was one of the scarers at I can say it now because he's not working there anymore because they just finished at Canada's Wonderland.
Halloween Haunt.
Yeah, at Halloween.
But
at
did he
Halloween
need the extra
Haunt.
money?
No, I know, and I think like realistically, I don't know what he made, but it was not enough for the.
Yeah.
You know, it's like part-time work, right?
It wasn't worth the draw. Like
No.
what you pay in gas to get there.
No, and everybody else there is like early 20s kind of thing, and he's like 50 plus, right? Showed up with his own costume, where nobody else shows up with their own costume, right?
His
He
boss
showed up,
is like a
Oh.
20-year-old.
I think he got Scarer of the Night one night, and he was like super proud of that, which was like
Well, like an award or like a ribbon or a certificate.
I think that like your whatever, like your I don't know, like
Free
your
funnel cake.
your pit manager or something like that. I don't know what the hell they have over there. They like do a Scarer of the Night kind of thing because he gets really into it. Like he doesn't just stand there, like he scares people.
Yeah.
And he came home the other night and he was like, oh, and I was like, what happened? He's like, I made someone cry.
Nice.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Normally I like the rain, but it's no fun when you
I know.
trick-or-treating. Same thing with the winter coat. Ugh, that fight. Ugh. The fight with the winter coat over top of your costume.
Because
Ugh.
it covers it all up.
It's the worst.
Does Roxy still go out?
Yeah, she does.
Yeah?
Yeah, her costume's furry this year.
Oh, so she'll be warm.
She's a bear. Yeah, so
Aw.
she'll be nice and warm.
Cruz is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So, and his costume is a little bit big, so we'll be able to put like a thick sweater on underneath. But he's got one of those costumes where you don't want to wear a winter jacket on top, right?
No.
Because it just ruins it.
No. There was a thing years ago where I'm trying to remember who sold it. It was one of those things where it was like they sold it as it was called like Halloween costume for Canadian kids or something like that. And it was just some nondescript superhero like tights with everything else, but it came with a winter jacket like sewn on. Like the costume was a winter jacket.
Oh, so you had no choice but to wear it.
No, like it was.
But
Like
guess
it
what?
was.
You were warm.
Yeah, like it was.
You
It
were
was
warm.
a winter jacket. No, that's always the worst. We haven't had that. We had that fight one year with Rox when she was little. And,
Yeah.
I think she was a witch or something like that. And it was like, and then Catherine and I started fighting because the two of them were fighting. And then we started fighting because I disagreed. I was like, let her just go out and freeze. And Catherine was, you know what I mean? I don't care. Like, whatever.
I don't care.
Like, no, go and freeze.
No, because at some point,
Go.
she, in her mind, in her little kid mind, at some point, she's going to realize that mom and dad were right.
Or not.
But not want to say anything
Thank
and
you.
just like freeze her ass off just to prove a point.
Let her make the decision herself.
And then one
right?
day when Roxy is talking to her kid, she's going to say, Grandpa used to tell me.
First of all, Maury, don't you ever refer to me as that ever again. Okay?
Too late.
Please.
It could happen one day.
Ugh, I just got sick to my stomach. My Halloween costume was almost somebody who threw up at work.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Here we go. Welcome to it.
A lot of people love this time of year. It's Halloween, and we present Roz and Mocha's 8th annual Halloween radio drama. This is something we do live in the room, old school, like the way they used to do those old radio dramas where they play the sound effects and then the music and everything else. If you remember, last year's radio drama was Meat Face. Before that was Fish and Chips. I think that I was Fish and you were Chips, if I
Correct.
recall.
Yeah, we were like detectives.
Gory Hole, Bang Bang, A Likely Case of Murder, Bathtub of Horrors. And we're all here. Mocha's here, Shem is here, Damn It Maury's here, Deepa's here. And we're going to run all this live. And what sound effects do you have over there, Mocha?
So we have Inside a Cafe, which sounds like this.
Okay, I'm feeling it.
Oh, scary.
That's not scary at all.
Sounds like a very busy cafe.
Yeah, okay.
There's the phone dial and ring.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow, that is like an old-sounding phone, man.
Spooky Rain.
Or just rain. Okay, you're gonna have fun with these. Damn It Maury writes these scripts every year. We are not allowed to see them until we're performing them. Nobody has had a chance to pre-read these scripts yet. Maury will be the narrator. I'm going to be playing Sam Spadina.
Okay.
Mocha is going to be playing Alfie St. Clair.
Okay.
Shem, you are going to be playing Harry Bazarian.
What? Okay.
Okay. And Deepa, you will be Wilhelmina Davisville.
Nice.
Okay.
Damn it, Maury.
Let's get into it.
What is the name of this year's radio drama?
He's a what?
He's a what? He's a what? I'm opening the script now. Here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah, go ahead.
It was a dark and stormy day. Sam Spadina woke up with a wicked hangover.
Oh, this head of mine, this pounding head of mine. I got too into many spirits last night.
Sam decided to go to the corner store for some neon-colored hydration. He grabbed his raincoat and headed out into the storm. How could he have known what lay ahead?
Good morning, sir. That is some storm out there, ain't it?
Yeah, it is. I'm Sam. What's your name?
My name's Harold Bessarian, but my friends call me Curious Harry.
Why do they call you Curious Harry?
I don't know.
You've never asked?
Just then, the rain stopped, as though someone had turned off a tap.
Wow, Sam, did you see that? It's like someone turned off a tap. Anyway, that'll be $47.
Sam reached into his back pocket and pulled out his wallet. A piece of paper fell to the ground.
Hey, something fell out of your pocket. That piece of paper.
Are you repeating everything the narrator says?
Okay, thank goodness. You hear him too.
Anyway, it's a phone number.
Here, use my phone and call it.
I have my own phone.
Yes, but if you use my phone, you have to stay here and I can listen to your conversation.
Hello?
Yes, hello. Who's this?
This is Alfie St. Clair. Who's this?
This is Sam Spadina.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear from you. Do you really need 5 Gatorades for a hangover?
Wait, how did you know?
We met last night at the Oh my God.
At the what?
We met last night at the Manhole Club.
Where there's always a cover.
Remember, we joked about how you kept your eyes open while we made out?
Oh, yeah. So I can look past your eyes and into your soul.
That's just weird.
Well, let's just meet up, shall we? For a second date?
I'd like that.
Sam and Alfie developed a beautiful romance. They made out constantly, and Sam kept his eyes open. One day, Sam ran into his friend, Wilhelmina Davisville, and told her about his blossoming relationship.
The only thing that sucks is I don't get to see him as much as I'd like.
Wow, what does Alfie do for work?
He does a day shift at the graveyard and the graveyard shift at the Days Inn.
I'd sure love to meet this Alfie. Why don't we all just go out for dinner? I'll ask that guy at the corner store who everyone calls Curious Harry to be my date. You know, so he gets more lines.
And so they went out for dinner. But would it be a party of 4?
I'll order a bottle of wine. How about the Beaujolais?
I think it's pronounced Beaujolais, babe.
Did you say something, Sam?
The wine.
Oh.
What are you having?
I'm not sure yet.
What?
What I'm having.
Oh.
Wilhelmina and Harry looked at each other with bewilderment on their faces.
I've heard the steak tartare here is to die for.
Really? Let's give it a try.
What?
What?
The steak tartare.
What about it?
Alfie suggests that we try it. He says it's to die for.
Did he text you that?
What are you talking about? He just said it.
Where?
Here.
Who?
Alfie.
What?
They asked who wanted the steak tartare.
Oh.
What is going on?
We're talking about steak tartare.
Sam was so exasperated, he flung his arms up and knocked a glass of water all over Alfie.
That's okay. It's only water.
Alfie went to the bathroom to dry off.
I feel like Alfie isn't coming.
Yeah, he's obviously ghosting you, Sam.
What are you talking about? He just went to the bathroom.
But he's not even here.
Harry's right, Sam. He's not here.
What do you mean?
Just then, Alfie came back from the bathroom.
Hey, what'd I miss?
These two are being weird.
Who are you talking to?
Alfie, he's right here. Stop playing with me. Can't you see him?
No, there's no one there.
Sam, are you seeing Alfie right now?
Yeah, we've been seeing each other for a while.
No, I mean, is Alfie in front of you right now?
No, he's right here beside me.
Sam, there's no one else here.
What is she talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Wilhelmina pulled out her phone and Googled Alfie St. Clair. She found an article that shocked and frightened her.
OMG, this article is shocking and frightening.
So what does it say?
It says Alfie St. Clair died 10 years ago. Apparently, he got food poisoning from eating unrefrigerated steak tartare.
What is she saying?
No. Yeah. What are you saying?
Your Alfie St. Clair is a ghost.
I'm a what? He's a what? He's a what?
I knew all along.
He's a ghost.
I'm sorry, Sam. She saw right through me.
How could you?
I'm sorry, Boo. I guess I didn't have the guts. I figured if you knew your friends can't see me, we couldn't see each other.
Sam and Elfie went to couples counseling, but it didn't work because their therapist couldn't see or hear Elfie. So after 2 sessions, Sam was sent to a facility where he spent the rest of his days heavily medicated and alone in a room. Or was he alone?
Wow. Okay. Well. Yeah. Once again, Mocha. Listen, one day we are going to be recognized for the amount of times that we played lovers, Mocha.
Yeah,
me and you. I think this may have been the best. We make out like right out of the gate. Like there was no even like. You didn't even woo me or boo me.
Hey! Happy Halloween, everybody!
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Congratulations, Roz. First year ever dressing up for Halloween today. Troll under the bridge is the look he's going for.
Shut up.
Oh, he's here finally. Yes.
You can die for all I care.
Yes.
Which you will. Guaranteed. Before the end of the news.
Can I just interrupt real quick and just say, finally, thank you? Because we've been getting inundated with texts today asking, where the hell is Count Rosula?
Dwayne Johnson has a hit on his hands. Black Atom flew to $101 million over the course of its 2 weeks, pulling in $27 million this weekend alone. He's also released the names of his terrifying XFL teams. Arlington Renegades.
Scary.
St. Louis Battlehawks. DC Defenders. Houston Roughnecks. Orlando Guardians. Seattle Sea Dragons. Vegas Vipers and the San Antonio Brahmas. Here is Dwayne Johnson explaining the names. Sorry, that was Dwayne Johnson being murdered.
Oh.
Apparently, Elon Musk is going to start charging people $20 a month if they want to keep their blue check mark to be verified.
Wait, what?
Apparently, Elon Musk at Twitter is going to start charging people $20 a month
No.
if they want to keep their blue check.
I heard you the first time.
Yes.
But WTF?
How is a blue check mark more than Netflix?
Here is Elon Musk explaining why they're doing this.
Oh, I get
Sorry,
it.
that
Crystal clear.
was Elon Musk being murdered. Liam Hemsworth, the other Hemsworth, is set to replace Henry Cavill in season 4 of The Witcher. Here is Liam Hemsworth talking about taking over for Henry Cavill on The Witcher.
Oh, man. Oh.
Can't wait.
Yo, he's so eloquent with his words.
After 13 years of marriage together, Tom Brady and Miss Giselle Bündchen filed for divorce on Friday. Incredible. What a terrible loss. Tom Brady said some stuff. Giselle said some stuff. But here we have the exclusive clip of the two of them together explaining exactly what it was that killed their marriage. I don't know what happened. They sound so happy.
so sad.
They sound so happy. I've never heard the couple sound happier in my time.
This is the secret to marriage right there.
A very, very long time. If you ask me what the secret to marriage is, yes, Mocha, I will 100% say,
That's what love looks like and sounds like.
That is what love tastes like. The sun.
I love Halloween.
The sun tonight sets at what time? Remind the people.
6:09.
You will be dead by which time?
6:10.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Yes. Halloween.
Only two people dressed up today for Halloween on the Roz and Mocha Show.
No, that's not true.
Are Roz and Deepa.
No.
Roz is dressed as a troll that lives under a bridge.
You son of a bitch.
Right? Looks like it.
True.
Deepa, are you Harry Potter?
I mean, I'm part of Hogwarts. I don't necessarily have to be Harry Potter, but I am of that realm, yes.
Okay.
It's the cheapest costume I could find. I thought everyone else was going to dress up and have fun, and here I am just
What do you
by
mean?
myself.
We are.
Like,
what?
Like, I just, I came in and I was like, oh, wait, it's just me. And now I kind of feel.
But you had just
silly,
enough time to take that robe off, though.
But, like, I'm not going to do that. I bought it. So.
Oh, you bought it.
Yeah, I did buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Deepa, one of the biggest scaredy cats that we know on the show.
Yeah.
Much like Dammit Maury gets frightened very easily.
You know what's so funny though with your Halloween costume, Deepa, is that you realize that you were the only one that dressed up today, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yet you keep the hood up.
It's the look. You got to complete the look.
I get it. No, you did a great job.
Deepa and her husband went to one of those haunted houses where the characters jump out at you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Deepa being the one person who truly gets scared, but also believes in ghosts and spirits and hauntings and stuff like that. Became quite entertaining. By the way, they went to the Casa Loma haunted house.
Oh, yeah.
The zombie apocalypse. That's what it was, right?
Zombie apocalypse, yeah.
We filmed it. We'll post that up on social a little later on today. But this is Deepa and her husband, Talal, at the haunted house.
Don't leave me. No.
Okay.
No.
I don't see anyone here. Okay, she's eating someone. We're okay. It was just a noise. Now I'm getting scared. That guy! Okay. We're good.
Why is this so long?
Oh my God! What is this? Bye.
Oh no!
Oh, why are you in the cupboard? Ah! It was air. Why aren't you going first?
I don't want to. Oh God! Oh God! No!
So when you guys
Wow.
are going through this haunted house, it sounded like your husband kept pushing you forward to go ahead of him.
Yeah, the reason I brought him was because I can't do it on my own. I wanted him to go ahead of me, but he got most of the scares. So he was like, please go ahead of me. I was like, nah, dude.
So
you gotta do
physically,
it."
like, are you hanging on to him and like he's sort of leading you, or like what's
Well,
happening?
He was trying to get away a little bit from me, so I had to keep up.
Like he tried to leave you?
Yeah, at one point he's like, I'm just going to leave you. And I was like, oh no, this isn't a good
Wow.
idea, man.
Yo, you can't build a marriage on that. Where a man would leave you while zombies are attacking.
This is one of those tests,
Yeah,
right?
completely.
This is one of those tests.
And he failed. You guys are just a year over being married.
Well, he did stay in front of me the whole time. That's all that I wanted. So that was a win for me. I think we passed. Yay, us. Passed the test.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Here we are, Halloween hangover day.
Yeah. Right? That's not bad, though.
How much candy and stuff did you snack on while giving out?
0.
Really?
Nope. Not a one. Not a one.
I felt bad taking candy from people's houses.
Why were you taking candy from people's houses?
So while walking around doing like interviews with kids,
Yeah.
parents offered candy, and I was like,
Oh, did they?
But I said, I'm like, I'll feel bad later, but sure now.
What did you write me last night? Maury wrote me something last night. Hold on here.
I'm hungry.
So thirsty. No, oh God.
Talking about all the dudes he saw dressed up.
No,
probably?
so Maury had to go out and like talk to kids and all this stuff and everything else. And what the hell did you write me, Maury? Hold on here. He said, maybe you'll want to save me some candy. Would be a nice jester. Jester.
Right.
You know, like a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
It's a really nice gesture. But all the kids, all the candy went to the kids last night.
Yeah, we had like, I don't even know, 700 kids or something like that.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
We didn't have that many. There were a lot in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
And because both Jenna and I wanted to go out with Cruz.
It's tough.
So we made these little treat bags that had like 4 bits of candy.
Is that why you made the treat bags? Because so people could just like the honor system?
Honor system.
Oh my
So
God.
I set up a table.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we had a big like cauldron.
Right.
Witch's cauldron.
Yeah.
And threw all the bags in there.
Yeah.
And then I took a piece of cardboard and I wrote, Happy Halloween.
Yeah.
Please take 1 treat bag.
Yeah.
Right?
And you put it right in front of the ring cam?
And I
by
put
the
it
front door?
No, no, not right there. I put it like in front of the garage. So
Gotcha,
as soon as you walk
gotcha.
up the driveway, the
Fair
table's right there. And I hid a speaker in the bushes, right? And I was playing. We had like a Halloween mix playing last night.
Sure.
And guess what?
What?
Jen and I went around the block. Came back like an hour later.
Yeah.
Kids had taken 1 bag
Really?
each.
How do you know?
Because when we came back, I was
Because
like,
otherwise they would all be gone.
yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
how's there still so much candy left?
Yeah. Yeah.
And kids were being like, the families were being totally cool about it.
Wow.
They were respecting the whole thing.
Wow.
My dad would have
Yes.
said, go take 2.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Your
So
old
by the
man
time
would
we
have said
came
that.
back, I was standing out there, and like as families were walking up, I was just handing them out.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
But the honor
crazy
system
that
worked.
the honor
in my
system
neighborhood.
worked.
Did you have good candy in there, or did the kids look in going,
Oh, yeah,
this is
exactly.
terrible,
Good
I only
question.
want
What did
one."
you put in there? Like black
No.
licorice and.
No.
No?
There was like Twizzlers and mini
Mars?
Twix and Mars and Snickers.
Oh, okay.
And like all the Maynard's gummy candies.
Yeah.
Like there was a like all brand name stuff.
Yeah.
It was a nice mix of brand name stuff.
We had I don't even know what we had. Like I had I think I probably had like 300 bags of Smart Food alone.
Oh, wow.
And then a like box of Maynards, and then I think we had like 6 of the 50-pack boxes of the little chocolate bars.
Yeah.
Coffee Crisp is always what's left on those.
Yeah, I can't stand a Coffee Crisp, man.
No?
I tweeted
Nuts.
about
What
that
a
last night
terrible
going,
chocolate
I don't-
bar.
Like, because somebody gave me a Coffee Crisp. I'm
What a
like,
terrible
I got
chocolate
ripped
bar.
off, and everyone's like, don't disrespect Coffee
Yeah,
Crisp.
people have this weird thing for Coffee Crisp, man.
I like
Coffee
Coffee
Crisp
Crisp.
is a crap
You
chocolate
know
bar.
which one I actually have a new appreciation for?
What's that?
Is Wonder Bar.
Really?
Yeah. And I don't know if it's because just the past like 4 days I've been snacking on like nothing but Wonder Bars.
Is it the one that has like a ricey kind of feel to it?
Yeah, but it's chocolate, it's caramel. I think there's peanuts in there as well. It's just like a leveled up O. Henry. I don't know. I like it.
Growing up, you know who used to love Wonder Bars? The dads.
Oh, no, no.
Yeah. Yeah. You're in your Wonder Bar years.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
Oh, man, I hate Wonder Bar so much.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Halloween 2022 in the books. Damn it, Maury hit the streets to talk to all sorts of people yesterday. Have a little bit of fun. A lot of adults showing up to a bunch of the street parties happening. And a lot of them happening for the first time.
In a long time.
In 2 years.
Yeah, yeah.
This was the first time, at least I noticed, out in the streets, it was like way busier since pre-pandemic. And it was nice to see. Damn it, Maury, out on the streets.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween to everyone.
All right, let me hear your sexiest boo.
Oh,
LaBoo. LaBoo. I love that.
Boo.
Boo. Oh, you could do sexier than that.
Boo.
Boo. That seems like more of a sad boo.
Boo.
Boo. Yes! Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween!
Why do we always have to look sexy on Halloween in our costumes?
I think it's just about letting go and really just letting out those inhibitions and having a good time.
I mean, we have to just let it all out. Because it's winter, then we have to wear so many layers.
Well, because it's Halloween. It's the only time of the year where you can be the version of yourself. So why not?
Now, what dead celebrity do you think is the sexiest ghost right now?
Oh, it's got to be Marilyn Monroe. She knew how to work a street vent better than anyone.
Ooh, that's a good question. Heath Ledger? I mean, sexy in life, sexy in death? Isn't that the rule?
Ooh, I would say Freddie Mercury. He'd be hot. Well, Freddie Mercury has it all. He has that mustache. He has a hairy chest. He has that beautiful voice that can also be very spooky. So, yeah.
Do you think that he would still look the same ghostly?
Yes, he definitely would. And those teeth would come in handy. You know what I mean?
What are you dressed as tonight?
I'm a very cute kitty tonight.
Flirt with me in character.
I'm Jobu Tupaki, the destroyer of the multiverse.
Flirt with me in character.
Ooh, I got sucked into a bagel. Ooh.
You're dressed as a piece of bacon.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, flirt with me in character.
I'm dressed up as a construction worker tonight.
Do most construction workers not wear shirts?
In my opinion, yes.
All right, flirt with me in character.
So I just finished building a skyscraper, and I'm wondering if I can show you mine.
Oh.
Okay, who are you dressed as?
So today I'm inspired by Dia de los Muertos, which is Day of the Dead in Mexico, in Central America. I am from Guatemala.
Okay, so flirt with me in character.
Hola, mi amor, ¿quieres venir conmigo? Te llevo al cementerio, nos tomamos un poco de cervezas.
Sí.
Wow. Wow.
Damn, we're getting turned on a Halloween night. Talking to people in the streets.
Sexy bacon.
Like, how sexy are we talking here, Maury?
Yeah, how sexy was the sexy bacon?
Oh, it's full body bacon.
Really? Jeez.
What was the sexiest outfit that you
construction worker.
Oh, really?
Really?
Oh, all he had on was that sort of that
The high-vis
vest,
vest, yeah.
opened up.
Did he have the hard hat on?
Oh, all I saw was the abs. I didn't look up.
You didn't even see if he had a hard hat on, right?
No.
Safety third.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You know, for a lot of kids out there, the Halloween hangover is going to be super, super real today. Snacking on candy as soon as you get home.
Yeah.
Like my 5-year-old, I don't even know. Like after Cruz got home last night, and Jenna and him kind of like went through all the candy and sorted everything. He was like, "Can I have a snack?" And it was like way past his bedtime. We were like, "Whatever, it's Halloween. Do your thing."
Yeah.
Right? And it was just like treat after treat after treat after treat.
Yeah. Rox went to 2 neighborhoods last night, came home, both bags on the counter.
Oh.
That's where they stayed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she never,
didn't
Bro,
dip in?
Her Halloween candy goes in this same drawer where all the Easter stuff goes. And then once a year, we clear it all out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David Morey hit the streets last night to talk to kids about Halloween, have some fun. This is always a fun time for us as well because kids are just so damn funny.
Roz, don't be silly. That's not my Halloween costume this year.
Oh, God. Okay. Do you want to
Yeah. No, I don't. I don't at all.
Okay.
At all.
That's how I normally dress.
No.
Walking the street on All Hallows Eve, talking
Not
to the
that
children and getting their creepy voices.
Happy Halloween.
Oh my God, terrifying.
Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Hello. Hello there. Happy Halloween.
What has worser breath, ghosts or ghouls?
Ghouls, because they are slobby, they never brush their teeth, and they don't take showers because they're not humans.
Right.
Ghouls.
Okay, ghosts aren't human, and like ghouls, you can actually like smell their breath and stuff. I guess their hygiene is worse.
Do you think there's an opportunity for like Colgate to make ghoul toothpaste?
No, those ghouls aren't in the right mind. They wouldn't know how to use it.
What has worse breath, ghosts or ghouls?
Ghouls, because if you're a ghost, then you can't smell the breath because they don't have a mouth.
Like how bad is ghoul breath?
I think it smells like rotten flesh and rotten poo.
And what do you think ghosts do when it's not Halloween?
They go in their graves and sleep for a year.
What do you think ghosts do when it's not Halloween?
They probably have like hotels or motels there, and they probably just crash there until it's Halloween again.
What do ghosts do when it's not Halloween?
I think they just like float around trying to remember what food tastes like and stuff because they can't eat it.
What do ghosts dress up as for Halloween?
Themselves.
Wait, so you mean to tell me that ghosts dress up as ghosts?
Yeah.
I don't see the creativity in that.
But it's a classic. Everyone loves it.
What do ghosts dress up as for Halloween?
I think they dress up as like humans, but like famous humans.
Are you talking like Brad Pitt?
Like dead humans, because like it would be in the ghost's time because they're also dead.
And for another year, with that, Happy Halloween! All right, now let's all do a creepy laugh. No, that was a regular laugh. Creepy laugh! All right, that'll do.
My favorite was that one kid who differentiated between the smell of poop and rotten poop.
I think it smells like rotten flesh and rotten poo.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello, Barry. Welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show. How are you today?
I'm very well. Thank you for having me.
Good. Barry, welcome to Roz and Mocha's Hell of a Story. When and where does your Hell of a Story take place?
A couple of years ago, I was filming an episode of Celebrity Help My House is Haunted.
Excuse me.
And we were filming...
Wait a second. Hold on.
Stop.
Hold on. So you're shooting a show in the UK called Celebrity Help My House is Haunted. So...
Correct.
So celebrities come to you that feel that they have a haunted house and then you go investigate?
We do. I mean, the show's principle is that we investigate claims of paranormal activity, and sometimes these could be at celebrities' homes or just anybody else.
Okay.
So it was an amazing experience.
Okay, so you're doing Celebrity Help, My House is Haunted, and what happens?
So we were investigating the home of a very famous English musician and actress. She's also a TV presenter. Her name is Toya Wilcox.
Okay, yeah.
And she lives in this beautiful house in the countryside. And during the investigation, myself and my two co-presenters, we were investigating the claims that there was an evil, disgruntled male spirit that resides in her attic space, which had been converted into a living area. So it was a beautifully presented home. But up there, it was a totally different feeling. It was a very sinister, unwelcoming feeling as you walked in there.
When you say sinister, describe to somebody what that felt like.
Well, I've been in so many different homes that have alleged paranormal activity, and the difference between this place and the next place is that the air and the atmosphere was thick. You could cut it with a knife. You know, I could feel the sensation like I was being watched and stalked. That's probably the best way to put it. But I can tell you now, I've never been so scared in all my life. I've been doing this job as a professional paranormal investigator and TV presenter for now 20 years plus. And in that time, I've never felt fear like I felt during this particular instance.
Okay, so what happened? You walk in and what?
Walked in, we carried out some investigation, we got some audible, ghost voices, etc., which is fine. That's mundane for me. But in that particular attic space, we were calling out for this spirit to try and engage with us and interact with us. And I probably stupidly confronted this spirit and was calling out, and I maybe angered him slightly because within about a few minutes of calling out, something or someone grabbed my throat, squeezed my windpipe.
No.
100%. I swear to God, squeezed my windpipe so I couldn't breathe. I was absolutely petrified, and this is the first time I'd ever been physically assaulted to a point where I felt that I was honestly going to die.
So how long was this sinister hand around your neck for, squeezing?
Momentarily. It was almost as if it squeezed it and then let go, but I couldn't get my breath because I wasn't expecting it. I couldn't see it. I lost all my breath. So the feeling of not being able to breathe and struggling to breathe, it was also because I was absolutely petrified at the feeling of total lack of control.
Did it feel like what a human hand would feel like, or did it feel different?
It just felt like a pressure being placed, like a vice almost, just constricted my throat. It felt like I was being attacked and being told, back off, leave me alone. And instead of leaving the building, some people may have done that, I went back in there. I wasn't going to leave my teammates on their own. We had to deal with this spirit and get rid of it.
Okay, so before we get to your sort of final assessment on what you think that this was, from the outside, it's very easy to sort of assume that you've made an industry out of kind of ghost hunting. You've turned it into television shows and built a great career. And so why not kind of up the game? Because, this is the kind of thing that sells a TV show, you getting strangled for the first time on TV. I know that there's sort of no way to prove it, but does this story work only with people who also believe in ghosts? Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what? There's always going to be people that are going to be on the fence or skeptical, kind of skeptical believers almost, where they can take what's happened, but they still will have questions, and that's perfectly fine. We don't have the answers. And I'll be honest with you, the gentleman that had the same attack happen to him, he was a non-believer.
Okay.
And it was from that moment that he then thought, there is something here, something otherworldly, something I can't explain.
Can I play the clip of you getting this from the show?
Absolutely.
You okay? Don't panic.
It's not right.
Fuck. Okay, whoever's doing that, can you step away, please? You do not have permission to do that.
Go down.
Someone just grabbed my windpipe.
Go down. Sit at the bottom of the stairs, Barry.
Who was that?
Stay here. Just deep breaths. Deep breaths. Just explain what happened.
Someone just grabbed my windpipe. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't get a breath in. That's what scared me. I thought I was going to die. I actually thought I was going to die.
Jeez. My favorite is whoever's like, you don't have permission to do that. Like, who would give permission to do that?
Yeah.
Well, I know. It's an interesting concept, isn't it?
Did you guys eradicate that thing, that being, that demon, or whatever it was, that spirit from that home?
Well, we believe so. I mean, our job is to help the homeowner to either live with those spirits or to get rid of them if they're unwanted. Now, not get rid of them in the sense of exorcising demons and things. No, we are praying for their souls. We are asking them to leave, and we are blessing their property. So we did make our peace. In fact, I made my peace with this particular individual. I honestly don't believe it was a malevolent attack that was deliberate. I think it was just out of fear.
And he's like, now that we're friends, can I strangle you? Barry, thank you so much for joining us. That was a hell of a story. Your show, Celebrity Help, My House is Haunted, is on Discovery Plus. And thank you so much for joining us.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me, guys.
Really appreciate you. Thanks, man.
Have a good day, man.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Well, here we are.
November.
Means we have, yet again, another recap song.
Oh, fantastic. I forgot about this.
From Shem, executive producer of The Roz and Mocha Show, brilliant singer, brilliant songwriter. And we do this every month, where Shem will look back at the month and find some of the biggest stories that went down and sing about those. And man, he covered everything this year. We're going to drop the music video on social media a little later on today. And the video is funny too.
Okay.
Here we go. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Y'all just got Shem rolled.
It's the end of the month. Time to recap, so we'll give it a try. The Watcher came out and that ending sucked. Taylor Swift dropped her album called Midnight. Time to go trick or treating. Jacob Hoger at prison. Hey Kanye, shut up. You are such a clown. Mocha Man at the Rocket was real cute. Caillou got their book signed. Melanie Ink said bye. The 10th recap of 2022. Rihanna finally dropped a new song. James Corden, he threw a fit on
Banned from a restaurant.
Liz Truss, she did not last long.
I am resigning.
Elon finally bought Twitter this time. The Raps and Leafs, they began their seasons. Aaron Judge, the home run champ. Hey Kanye, shut up. You are such a clown. Mocha Man at the Rocket was real cute. Caillou got their book signed. Melanie Ink said bye. The 10th recap of 2022.
One more time.
Hey Kanye, shut up. You are such a clown. Mocha Man at the Rock.
I got my haircut for this.
Real cute.
Oh, man.
You got their book signed. Melanie Ink said bye. The 10th recap of 2022.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. That is your October recap from our very own Shem.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Carrie, how you doing? It's Roz and Mocha.
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Welcome to FML. Why don't you tell everyone why you're here today?
Well, how am I supposed to date with my ex across the street?
You wrote this, hey, Roz and Mocha, fix my life. My ex-husband moved across the street and has been harassing me for 5 months. I also found out that I was wife number 5. I have 2 small kids. I'm a grade 8 teacher. Also went for a voluntary drug test to prove I'm not snorting rails. Jeez. It's completely effed.
What the heck is going on?
Okay.
Yeah, I have no idea. We separated back in March, and he was supposed to move into an apartment, had it all sorted out on June 1st, and I returned to work the next day. And on his way out, he told me he didn't need any of my stuff, the car seat, because he was only moving right there, and pointed across the street.
Right. So this sounds like a Kanye thing. Remember when Kanye bought the house like across the street from Kim to be closer to the kids? Mm-hmm. And at first...
And it has been that. Like, he's been watching me, videotaping people that have come to see me. I've had police here. That's hence why I went for the drug test.
Okay,
yeah.
so the police are involved, though, right? Like
they are. I was told I have no contact with him except if it's about pickup or drop off of our children.
Right.
But it's been a tough process for me because he's right there.
Right.
And he's standing watching everything. Thankfully, I don't work in the same city that I live, kind of technically. So, yeah.
Does he call you at all? Or is he like texting you or anything
blocked.
like that?
He's blocked, so he can't.
Does he come like across the street to the house?
Not anymore.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of calmed down. But I'm kind of, always waiting for the next straw. See what's going to happen.
How do you arrange the custody issues with him? Like
how I did pay for all of that to do a separation agreement, but he refused to sign anything or do anything. So right now, I don't know. He's not from this country, and I've found out about other wives that I didn't know about, obviously.
Jeez.
So I'm hoping he has no family and friends here. I'm hoping he'll run out of steam. Unfortunately for my children, but that maybe he'll come to his senses and realize that if he wants to make a better life for his children, he's going to have to take care of himself first.
How did you find out that he has 4 other wives, or he's been married 4 other times prior to you guys?
I knew about some of them, but through one of the last message of texts we had, he told me.
Jeez. Can you get him deported?
That was actually one of the first questions from the lawyer. Like, do you know that this marriage is legit?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Is it legit?
Yes,
was it legit?
Is.
It was,
okay.
It is. So, unfortunately, yeah.
So, Carrie, you have the police involved. You have lawyers involved. At this point, I don't know if there's much more.
I don't have lawyers involved anymore. I withdrew, got the rest of my retainer back because I was just spending, and nothing was happening.
Yeah, I mean, like, are you fearful? Like, when you say you're being harassed, is he just being a pain in your ass as the father of your kids when you guys are going through something messy, or are you actually being harassed?
I don't think the police showing up in my living room at 6:30 or 7:30 on a Saturday evening to do a well baby check and walk through my house and make sure that I'm not messed up. Like, it's been
so wait a second.
The last couple of weeks have been calm, but for months it was this crap.
So he called the cops on you?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were calling the cops on him.
No.
Oh, I got okay.
No.
Yeah, that's next level.
I'm actually a recovered alcoholic, so he's trying to pull me down and keep me sick. Like, I'm completely sober, but he's trying to make everyone around believe that I'm not.
Right.
Damn.
Wow.
Do you have any help, like outside of like trying to deal with lawyers and police and anything like that? Like, do you have family and friends that try to help you out?
Yes, my mom, but she was recently quite sick and just had surgery, so I've been kind of on my own. Like, I have a good support system. I have a lot of friends. I have my own business, so there's a lot of girls through there that are very supportive, but it's been tough.
Hey, how old are your kids?
4.5 and 21 months in a couple days.
Oh my God. So it's got to be rough on them, like to see all of this.
Have
and
dad across the street, yes.
Yeah.
And CAS I was supposed to tell him that he has to move because it's not in the mental well-being of the children, but I'm waiting to hear. They might need another phone call or email from me.
Oh, like, can you get a restraining order?
I tried to get a peace bond. I did go to the courthouse and say all my bit. I aired all my dirty laundry on tape, but unless he distributes pornographic photos or physically harms me, they can't do anything. The restrictions are very strict.
But what about like just straight up harassment? Like,
well, I'd have to go to family court and air everything out.
Yeah.
So unless he actually does something. Like, he's kicked my recycling bins into the street and stupid stuff, but he hasn't actually, hurt me or damaged my property. So
he's just doing like real jerk stuff.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I do, know. It's like, you can have somebody saying all this awful stuff and like doing all this awful stuff and videotaping you and everything else. And like stuff that really makes you feel fearful, and you should feel fearful. And nobody should tell you that you shouldn't. But it's not until he does something like kick your car that the police will actually do anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's super weird.
They're not going to show up for recycling bins that have been kicked over.
But he has to hurt your car. Like, him threatening, like, you feel threatened for your own safety isn't good enough. Like, he has to hurt a car in order for something to happen.
It's not, and it's really opened my eyes to how the system works and to how some people that might be in very grave danger and have nothing and no one else are trapped and stuck.
Girl.
Like,
I think that you need to listen. We're no experts on this, but it sounds like you're doing all the right stuff. But I think that what you need to do is just make sure that everything is documented and validated. So it's like documented with a lawyer, with the police, with something. Like, that's the sort of way to do it, right? Everything, and you can't get them deported, eh? It's too bad.
My daughter's now laughing.
Oh,
No.
Damn, Carrie.
And I will say he loves his children, and I honestly believe that he's mentally not well.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's hard because I feel sad for him, right? Of course, there's happy memories and good memories, but I just hope that, like, I would like to be able to co-parent with him.
Yeah.
I want my children to be able to have a father, but I just have to take it one day at a time and see what happens.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I guess continue on this same path, girl. And as Roz said, document everything.
Yeah.
All right. And if you need to get the cops involved, you get the cops involved.
Yes, I will.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for reaching out, Carrie.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kat and Nat are back on the Roz and Mocha Show.
Yes.
Oh my
yes.
God, I love this. I feel like I don't want to leave. This is the best.
Before we get to Besties, which is a game we're going to play to determine who the ultimate set of best friends is it Kat and Nat or is it Roz and Mocha? Your live shows, I'm obsessed with watching videos on social of your live shows. First of all, where you guys have 2 shows coming up in Toronto, correct?
December 1, December 2. I also love that you said obsessed. You must have a 12 or 13-year-old daughter because obsessed is the word they all use.
Yeah,
obsessed.
Oh, or I am secretly have the mindset of a 12 or 13-year-old girl because, doing this show, that sometimes happens. You can still get tickets for these shows or no?
December 1, a little bit, like maybe 10 seats left. December 2, gone.
This is going to be the first annual December to Remember at the Queen Elizabeth Theatre.
Yeah.
These are going
nice.
to be like holiday parties different than our regular show.
What makes these different? When you say amped, I can't imagine how more amped
I
it would get.
know.
Like, what do you mean amped?
Like double the male strippers?
Yes.
You got it.
Double.
No,
double
are you
yes,
serious?
double
Oh my
the
God.
champagne, double the confetti, double the fire. We have fire now that comes up.
Yeah, smoke machines, fire, confetti cannons. We have special musical guests.
The content. Oh, we can say it. You know?
You never keep secrets.
Okay, no, I won't say it. There's a surprise guest who is on the Toronto, Canada
say it.
circuit. Sean Desmond will perform.
Sean.
So he comes.
Sean Desmond is visiting us this week.
So
here.
he comes out and does a
Amazing.
huge, like a throwback hit, and everyone goes crazy.
Yeah.
New
Oh,
song.
his new song's so good, right?
Yeah.
Maniac? Love
so
it.
we're backstage. It's really fun. Yeah, and you guys should come together as best friends.
They are not coming. I feel bad.
I thought you were going to say they're not best friends.
No, they should come. I think that would be so fun.
Roz is not interested.
When Roz could come up on stage and do a little number with the dancers.
Oh my God.
Okay, so let's get to besties here before I wind up taking my clothes off.
Are we just writing?
And auditioning live for you guys because I feel that that's how this is all going to end.
I mean,
me doing a live stripper audition.
We're doing a podcast after. We'll choose whoever's got the best moves.
Yeah, I can't wait.
No. Okay, so I have a box of questions here. Okay,
Okay.
so inside this box, there is a list of questions. So you can pick among you who is going to draw first, and then we will do the same thing, and then we'll sort of alternate back and forth. On the question will be something like, my bestie's favorite or my bestie's whatever is blank. You write down your answer of what you think your bestie would answer. Your bestie will write down what is actually the answer. We will hold them up and see if they get a match. If it's a match and a match, that is a point for Kat and Nat. If it is match and a match, that is a point for Roz and Mocha. Reach in. So
I'm pretty
Mocha,
nervous right now.
Okay, so so if you would like to read it out.
Your bestie calls you at 2 a.m. Are they drunk or sober?
Okay, so
Okay, so on the count of 3, we will reveal. So in 3, 2, 1, drunk and drunk. Okay, so wow. Okay, that's a point for.
I
for
mean, that was a dead giveaway.
And just so you know, it's always a FaceTime.
Yeah, so it's never a call. Yeah, it's always a FaceTime. Or we show up at each other's houses, like banging on the in sport hump. I probably shouldn't have said that.
Okay, Mocha, you draw a card.
Dropping
for our
secrets.
team, please.
Okay. Your bestie throws a pool party. They walk out of the cabana wearing what?
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Show your answer, Mocha. Yes, Mocha said Speedo. I said something tight and small.
Okay, I'm fair.
We'll give you the point.
Ding.
Right?
Yes.
Are you
Speedo.
both in Speedos?
I am
No.
exclusively.
Oh, really?
Yeah, always.
Not
I love
European
them.
shorts?
No, I do have board shorts, but I'm much more comfortable in a Speedo. Here we go. Question 2 to Kat and Nat.
What's your bestie terrified of?
Oh my! I know
So
this
that's
one.
you.
Yeah.
They are fast.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Wait.
It's kind of weird,
Okay.
and I think she knows it.
God, I hope.
Okay. In
Okay, ready?
3, 2, 1, reveal. What did you write?
Being murdered in the woods, living
you
alone
say?
in the woods.
Oh my
God!
No, that is so specific. Holy crap.
It's so weird. She's like, I can't move outside the city because
No.
like people get murdered.
Always
like
in the-
Datelines are always outside the
Yeah.
city.
Or you go, they went for a walk on a dirt road, and then there's someone always waiting,
Oh
murdered.
my God.
Okay,
Yeah, the
Mocha,
woods.
We're dead.
Oh my God.
Okay, I'm drawing now for our team, Mocha.
Yep.
The question is, to most people, this is a big whatever, but to your bestie, it's hot as hell.
Oh, wow. Gosh.
Oh.
Oh, I got to figure out Mocha here. You know, I don't know what Mocha finds hot. This is tough. I don't
It's
know.
really
what,
specific.
I honestly, because like here's my thing, okay? Like I only know of one thing that Mocha truly finds hot, right?
Oh,
okay. I really
Is that
do.
his wife?
His wife. But I can't. The
You
answer
two and
can't
your
be
wives.
to most people. This is a big whatever. But to Mocha finds it hot.
You're right.
I can't write his wife.
Yeah, I think you can.
I can't write your wife.
No.
So now I have to think of something else.
So funny.
Leave my wife's name out of your mouth.
Okay.
Leave my wife's name out.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I got it, Mocha. So on the count of 3, what did you say? 1, 2, 3. What'd you say?
Good looking lawn.
Oh, I said beef.
Beef. Do you love beef?
I do. Who doesn't?
Nat doesn't like beef.
Nat loves beef.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm okay with a bit of beef, but not a lot of beef.
All right, so we filled it. I'm dying to know what you think mine is.
What did you say?
Really tall men who are weirdos.
What did you write?
Tall weirdos.
Oh my God!
We can't continue the game.
Okay, well,
Like, they're just going to destroy us.
Hold on.
They just destroyed us on our own question.
Oh my God, that is weird.
We'll do one more.
Oh God, your bestie can never say no to what? This is an easy one, guys.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1. What'd you say?
Drinks.
Alcohol.
That's
Oh my God.
No, that would be a problem. Yeah, like drinks, cocktails. Yeah, no.
Yeah, drinks. I'm not going to say no.
Yeah, there's an R in there.
There is an yeah. I mean, fantasy, she would never say no, but in real life, we do say no.
Let's see if we can get one more match. Let's see if we can get one more match, Mocha. But we just got destroyed.
You guys don't understand. We talk. We have a podcast where we do 4 times a week. We know everything.
I know.
I know what she did last night.
Oh my God. Okay, here we go.
Okay, go.
Okay.
And Kat and Nat would love for you guys to answer this as well.
There we go.
Okay.
What is your bestie's catchphrase?
Oh, depends on the time. Right now, it's that one.
I know it.
Oh God, right? Is it one right now?
Yeah, that one that you think.
I have 2 answers for this.
God, you had a lot more writing. I hope we're a match.
I did yours and mine.
Oh.
She gets obsessed with ones, and then we get through a new one, and right now it's one. So
I feel you. I feel you.
Okay, can we do the
me and
Mocha
you.
answer
Yes,
first?
Yes. Okay. What did you say, Mocha?
I have 2 answers. I wrote them both down.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's allowed.
yeah, go ahead. Well,
Yeah.
you know what? We're winning, so go ahead.
Okay, so the 2 answers are I will say this, ...
Yeah.
continue with thought, or I'll tell you what my problem is, ... continue with thought.
Oh my gosh. So I will say this happens all the time.
Thank you. That's the number 1, I think.
Yeah. I screwed up because I wrote your catchphrases down.
Oh.
Yeah, but you're right. Those are my catchphrases.
Still cute.
Yeah,
What are his?
I wrote down Mocha is that's what she said. It's
Yeah.
Friday, and also I love you.
Oh.
Hey! Who's the best friends now?
Wait, he just told you he loves you.
No,
In real
Mocha,
life.
Mocha,
That's what Mocha says.
all the time.
Oh, I thought he actually was
No.
saying I love you too.
And these are
No.
catchphrases that are right now, but they get retired and new ones come in? Or
Yeah, sure.
I would say these are actually pretty consistent for the 2 of us.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
really
wow.
good. Mocha nailed me.
Oh, wow.
with-
That's interesting now.
Okay, Cat and Nat.
Interesting.
Excuse me. Okay, what did you guys say?
Okay,
Kat and
mine's
Nat?
like,
What did you say?
what did you say for me?
You just say this.
Just F it.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
like,
just
just
F it.
like when it, and
F it.
then hers is right now, she's listening to Let It Rip Boy. You know, that, just take her for a rip, boy. It's a song from a long time ago that she says constantly right
You
now.
look so embarrassed right now.
Because it's really embarrassing.
Yeah,
It's really
and
embarrassing.
she walks
song.
around, she's like, let's take a rip.
No, don't.
Wait, you do it. You like Sarah could do.
I'm
Do
quit
it.
that
Just
then.
say it once.
I'm not
Say
going to do
Say
it.
it once. Just come on. Do it for everybody. Do it.
Just go for a rip for you, bro.
Yeah, that, all the time. We're
are
like
the
sitting there.
Stop it.
We're like,
I'm
I'm
never
like,
saying
do
that
you want
again.
a copy? To take over a rip?
No,
I'm like,
stop
oh
it.
my God.
I'm
So-
not. My son's introduced me to this really inappropriate hockey song that these Canadian rappers wrote, and they talk like those hockey guys.
Hosers.
Hoser. I don't know if you
She's
can
a
say that.
hoser.
I'm a hoser. Back to Nat.
Kat
we
and
won.
Nat, you guys are the best. It is always so much fun having you on the show. Again, your show's in Toronto where there's apparently 1 ticket left now.
Yeah. No, there we go. God, they sold it out.
December
They sold it
1st,
out.
December 2nd. And you are going to amp up this show more than any other Kat and Nat performances that you guys have ever done. Talking more strippers, more fireworks, more confetti, and also,
Everything.
as we learned, more Sean Desmond.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
CatandNatTour.com for all the tickets to all of our
Cat and
shows.
Nat are
are everywhere. Podcast, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. You got the book. You guys are literally all over the place. And we are such big fans of you. Thank you for joining us on the Roz and
We
Mocha Show.
love you too.
Oh.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yo, damn it, Maury, what's up with the new glasses?
I've had these for a while. I only wear them when I'm going to art things.
You look like they're clear framed glasses, right?
If you're at all interested, it's the most boring story ever, but I find it fascinating.
Cal, thank you. Here we go.
Okay.
What a way to start a story. My God.
So, I love more than anything, well, my husband, but also Andy Warhol.
First of all, nobody believes that. I
Well, I
don't know what you did last night, man, but you've never started a story that way before.
Spent a lot of time outside of the home, I assume.
Maury has
what do you need
never
me to do
said
tonight, Mocha?
Maury has never said that, you know me, the thing I love more than anything else. Well, I mean my husband, of course. You've never once said that. You've said, listen, the thing I love more than
Zac
anything
Efron's
else.
abs.
Kit Kat, right? But and then you go on to your story.
you know
Lay's
me
potato
so well.
chips, Aero bars.
So these are the they're the ones that Andy Warhol wore. And I found out where he bought them and what the frames are. So I went and bought the exact same frames from the same store. Not that long of a story. It was pretty cool.
Were his frames clear, though?
Yes, they were.
Really?
Yes, they were.
His famous glasses were clear?
They were. They were these. They were these Moscots.
Hold on.
How much did you pay?
$400.
$400 for glasses?
But you get
that are
200
clear?
back. You get 200 back with benefits.
Hold on here.
Does your husband know how much you spent on?
He was with me. He tried to talk me out of it.
Yeah, of course.
Now, when Andy Warhol, when your husband is trying to talk you out of stuff, like how does that conversation go? Hold on here.
I'll tell you exactly how it went. You look absolutely horrible in those glasses. Please don't buy
Oh,
them.
he goes straight for the ego, huh? Goes straight for the ego.
So what'd you say?
I said, I will regret this if I don't buy these from the same store and the store closes or something happens.
Yeah.
So I wear them only when I'm going to like art galleries.
I'm looking at Andy Warhol's glasses right now. They don't look the same, bro.
They're clear for these are the ones.
I don't know. They don't look the same to me.
I'm telling you.
No offense, but your glasses look like you bought them at the dollar store.
Well, because nobody knows, right? Like
they say Moscot on them.
But nobody knows what a Moscot is.
Dollar store brand.
Like, yeah, right? Like that's, Levy jeans, right? Like,
Levy.
It's like when I was a kid, man. Like I don't know if I guess people are still sort of label sensitive and stuff like this, but there was just fewer things to be that sensitive about, like when we were growing up. Like I fully remember if I was out and I saw like a friend, or if I was a little bit out of town and we were at the movie theater and I saw another kid my own age, if they stood up and I looked at their ass, and on their ass, hanging off the back pocket of their jeans, if the Levi's tab was red, I was like, oh man, that guy's got it made. Because I never had the red ones. I only had the orange tab jeans.
Well, the red ones were more expensive.
Way more expensive.
Why? Why is that?
The red, they were called red tabs.
Your red tabs.
No, but what was the difference between red and orange?
Oh, just like about $100 and like
really?
And fit and quality and all of this stuff. Yeah.
So what? Like were the orange tabs like the mistakes?
No. They had Levi's had two tiers of jeans basically, right? They had their red tab jeans, which were like what you saw in the commercials.
They tried harder on those ones.
Yeah, that's what you got. But when you went to like Byway or Bargain Heralds or Zellers, they didn't carry red tab. They carried orange tab.
Gotcha.
And I only ever wore orange tab. And then so I remember my mom would get me new jeans. I'd go down to the basement. I'd get the sewing machine out. I'd sew them a little bit tighter so they look like the red tab. And then I would take scissors and I would cut the orange tab off.
I felt the same way about the Tommy Hilfiger jeans.
Which was what?
Oh, like if you saw somebody in school wearing the Tommy Hilfiger jeans, you'd be like,
but what was the discounted Tommy Hilfiger jeans?
No discount. No, they were expensive.
Oh.
Yeah. They were like the red tab, but higher
but what
up.
did you wear?
Oh, I wore jeans that had like leather little straps on the side that my dad got from like Byway.
Leather straps?
Excuse me?
Like leather
it all makes
patches.
sense.
It all makes sense.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You guys remember our girl Serena Pitt from Bachelor in Paradise? And she got together with Grocery Store Joe?
Vaguely, yes.
Yo, they got married yesterday at City Hall in New York.
Really, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Which girl was she?
She was a fair-skinned black woman.
Why would I remember her?
She's a big fan of this show. We've talked to her twice.
Oh, okay, yeah. Why didn't you say that? Why didn't you say? I still don't remember her. I don't remember. Let me see a picture. Send me a picture. Send me a picture. Of her. That's, you know me. I don't know people's names, man. So they got married yesterday.
Yeah.
Have there been a lot of Bachelor in Paradise marriages? What's the success rate of that show? Because I know
this girl.
Oh, yeah. I know her. Yes.
They've been more successful than the actual
That's
Bachelor
what I was
Bachelorette
wondering.
franchise. Yeah,
But I mean, there's also more chances though, because there's more potential couples that come out of Paradise than do out of the mansion.
Yeah,
that's
but
great.
They went to City Hall in New York yesterday, and the entire ceremony lasted 1 minute and 51 seconds.
It's a perfect wedding.
Which they then turned around and put up on YouTube.
Do you, Joseph, solemnly take Serena to your spouse?
Of course I do.
Do you promise to love, honor, cherish, and keep her for as long as you both shall live?
Always.
Do you, Serena, solemnly declare you take Joseph to your spouse? I do. Do you promise to love, honor, cherish, and keep him for as long as you both shall live? I do. Very good. In as much as you have consented to be united in the bonds of matrimony, and you have exchanged your wedding vows before those present today. Therefore, by the powers vested in me by the state of New York, I pronounce you married. Now you may take off your mantle.
Straight to the point.
And then that was it.
That's
and then
it.
they kissed.
That's how
and
you
now
do that.
They are Mr. and Mrs.
There are 12 couples from Bachelor in Paradise that are still together.
Really? That's an incredible number.
That's a lot higher than I thought.
I'm a fan of the 90-second ceremony.
Yeah.
Very much
Take
a
note.
fan.
Take note for your wedding.
Believe me, I'm taking all the notes.
Yeah.
Listen, don't lie to
Have you
me.
guys
I'm
at
taking
home?
all
Have
the
you and
notes.
Catherine been discussing any further?
We have.
And?
Yes. I don't know what.
You should show her this video of Serena and Joe.
No, I think we're both on the same page that we don't want. I don't want to torture people. I don't want to invite people to a wedding and just torture them with nonsense.
Can we have drinks during the ceremony?
Of course.
Yo, it's going to be a wild night at the wedding. I can't wait.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yo, Rick, it's Roz and Mocha. How you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
Good. You have a second to chat real quick about this text?
Sure.
Okay. Why don't you tell Roz what you texted into us, because this is about his book, A Little Bit Broken.
Okay, so it would have been around the 1988, 1989 time frame. And I live in a small town, Erin. Roz mentions it in his book about not being able to date girls from Erin, Milton, Georgetown, due to the fact that he might get beat up dating those girls.
Yeah.
And I was at a field party during that time frame, and I remember this girl coming to the field party with this really tall guy.
Okay.
And as you guys walked into the field party, I thought to myself, oh no, here we go. We had a bunch of hillbillies that looked for fights constantly, and it was always the stranger at the field party.
Uh-huh.
So I've been listening to your show for a long time, and I've always wondered if that was you.
Because in your book...
At the bush party?
Yeah, you talk about getting into fights.
Yeah.
Right? And like people...
Just want to kick your ass all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, where was the bush party?
It would have probably been in Erin or outskirts.
Okay. I avoided Erin. Okay, I dated one because so I tell these stories in my book, right? That I grew up in Acton,
yes,
which is a small town, and Acton was surrounded by 3 other places basically. So it was Erin, Georgetown, and Milton, and girls from Erin, Georgetown, and Milton did not date guys from Acton because we were skids. And anytime you left Acton, you had a target on your back because everybody just wanted to always kick your ass. I broke my rule one time and one time only. Okay, and I dated a girl from Erin. I was at her house with a friend of mine who was dating one of her friends. And we were there probably about 2 hours. And it took that long to realize the danger we were in because we called the cops because we were at her old farmhouse, and when we called the cops came to the door. We explained what was happening, which was she had an ex-boyfriend who found out, and they had been split up a long time.
Yeah.
And she had dated a guy since him, didn't care. He found out that she was dating a guy from Acton, me. Cops were called, found him and 4 of his friends on her front lawn. They lived on a farm, so this front lawn was huge. And they were making their way to the house with bats.
Oh my God.
Okay?
But this field party that Rick is talking about.
I never went to a field party in Aaron.
So it wasn't you that got beat up by a bunch of these hillbillies?
I've been beat up at a field party before.
But not this particular one?
But not this particular one. What the girl look like?
I can't recall, man. That's a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
But you
can't
didn't
even
do
think of
anything.
Who it may have been.
Bro, and you didn't even do anything about it, because in your text you said, I felt really bad for him and wanted to help, but I was a preppy who lived in that town and had to go to school with those boys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. For sure, man. I was not stepping in because, I had to go to school with those guys, and I know that I would have got my butt kicked on a regular basis if I had stepped in.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was rough. It was rough times back then.
Damn, Rick.
Very rough times back then.
Well, thank you for reaching out, and thank you for listening to The Roz and Mocha Show.
All right, no problem. Take care, boys.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Season 3 of Love is Blind is out right now. New episodes are out every Wednesday. I think there's like 7 or 8 episodes out right now. Deepa had a chance to talk to 2 people who have been making headlines with this season.
Okay.
Raven and Bartiste. Okay?
Yeah.
The reason why is because in one of the episodes, the 2 of them are in their individual pods. This is before they get to see what the other person looks like.
Which are always the best episodes. I love the pod episodes from that show. Yeah. Once they get out of the pods, I'm always like, meh.
So they're in their individual pods.
Yes.
Separated by the fogged out glass, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to play for you the scene that is making the headlines.
Okay.
Because in the scene, it explains close to the end why it's been making the headlines.
Okay.
And then obviously why Deepa had to bring it up with one of them. Okay.
Yeah.
So Bartiste is about to tell this very emotional story to Raven, who's on the other side.
I have a crazy story. I don't know if I told you, when my mom met my dad, she was engaged to another man all these years ago. And so then when I was in high school, we were in the Cayman Islands on a family vacation, which is where my mom used to live for 3 or 4 years when she was engaged. And we were going to all sorts of different spots that my mom used to hit up when she lived there. We went to this bar, and there's a live band with a singer. And the singer came up and said hi to my mom, and he kind of just walked by. My mom was just being silent. We were just like, okay, what the hell's going on here? And then he clears the dance floor and asks me, my mom, and my sister to be the only ones on the dance floor because he wants to sing us a special song. And my dad was with us. I'm like, okay, what the is going on here? What is this? Essentially, the whole group of us has put it together that this is the man that my mom was engaged to. My dad, when he found out, threw a fit. And so that was the beginning of the end for my parents' relationship. And this is crazy that I felt comfortable enough saying that. I would never have thought in a million years I'm going to share that story. I can't believe I just did.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's not even bad, but I see that was hard for you, so
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Well, you do your jumping jacks.
You can hear it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, damn. Why
I heard it during that story, that monologue I was telling. I was like, oh my God. Bartiste gets as deep as he's ever gotten in his life, and the person that's listening to him is doing a workout.
Oh my God.
That's funny. Oh my
So
God.
during this whole time that he's pouring his heart out, telling the most emotional thing that he could tell to this girl, on the other side, and you see it in the episode, she's doing a workout. She's doing like a Pilates workout, which include jumping jacks while this guy's pouring his heart out to her, right?
These people are animals on these shows, man.
It was so awkward to watch.
So Deepa talked
can't
to
wait.
Raven
Yeah.
about that scene. Raven, the one that was doing the jumping jacks.
So Raven, I want to get to you because everybody is talking about one thing, and I'm sure you're going to hate this question. A lot of the conversation about the show is, hey, Raven, why were you exercising when Bartiste was sharing a very vulnerable moment with you? Did you watch that back and be like, Why did I do that? Or are you sticking to your guns? Get that exercise in.
I mean, of course, everyone get that exercise in. Like that is really what I stand for. I practice what I preach. However, like it was horrible taste. It was horrible timing. I totally take accountability for that. Like, I am so sorry. Like, I also am here for men opening up. So I never want them to feel like it's not a safe space because but you also don't get to see a lot of the pod footage, right? We're in there for hours on end. Hours. And like, I have a bad hip, right? Like I'm an old lady. So I have to, I have to move. And, you know, like, I know that Bartise was like cool with it and it was played a certain way, but yeah, like they are coming after me.
It wasn't played a certain way. You were doing jumping jacks while he was telling you the story.
Yes.
About his mom that cheated. And how they all found out.
Literally.
Jeez.
Now, here's the weird thing.
This show's so wild.
So the two of them, Bartise and Raven, they never got together outside of the pod, right? They never got together.
Spoiler alert.
It's in the episodes that are out right now. So explain this to me, Deepa. So, because Deepa talked to Bartise, right?
Mm-hmm.
He ends up finding love with somebody else, right? And tell me if I'm
spoiler alert
getting this right. He proposes,
Ross,
they're
these
engaged,
episodes are out.
right?
Yes.
But then he tells the girl that he's with, that he's engaged to, how attracted he is physically to the jumping jack girl. Is that what happened?
Yeah. Yeah, literally. Like, so Bartise and his fiance, they see each other for the first time. They smash. They do the dirty. And they're like, wow, that was great. That was wonderful. And then Bartise sees Raven, and he's like, oh, my God, she's a smoke show. So then he goes and tells his fiance, he's like, hey, I'm so physically attracted to Raven. She's so hot. I loved her tight outfit. We would look great together. And his fiance is just sitting there like, what the? Like, why are you telling me this? Like, it was so awkward to watch.
This is Deepa talking to season 3 of Love is Blind. Bartise about all that.
Bartise, you have some very interesting moments on the show. Of course, you had some googly eyes for Raven because who wouldn't? Like, she's hot. She's a smoke show. But in the show, you actually expressed to Nancy how physically attracted you were to her after, like, after you guys had, like, sex for the first time on the show. Then looking back at that moment, were you like, oh my God, why did I do that? And I regret it.
Oh my God. Looking back on them, I was rolling around on my floor just in embarrassment while I was watching this. I was like, holy what did I do? Why did I do that? I was so embarrassed and ashamed of myself for doing that. It was a crazy moment. And I wanted her to know every bit about me, including how I was feeling and what I was thinking. So I kind of felt like I owed her the truth, but I didn't owe her that brutal, honest truth in that insensitive way that I did it.
Why did you feel different in that moment versus now? Because it was a very brutal truth to be sharing with somebody that like you've now just met and you've seen for the first time, right?
I feel different now because of just like, I would do it completely different. I would never hold it in because those are true feelings, and I feel like as a human being, you need to express how you're feeling. So I don't regret sharing it. I just regret the way I went about doing it.
I mean, you guys are idiots, man. No wonder you're all single for life.
There's the truth, right? But then there's also like oversharing. Bro.
Oh, you're so dumb.
Yeah, definitely.
You're so dumb.
Love is Blind season 3 on Netflix right now.
God.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I'm just reading the story of this young heiress. God, could you imagine being an heir to something?
Oh, yes.
First of all, who do you think in this room? So, Shem, Maury, Mocha, who do you think like would be the best heir? As in, like, if you were the individual that would eventually inherit, like, your great grandfather's, $400 billion company or something like that. Like, who do you think would be the best heir? Like, who's going to do the best with that money?
Me.
You think so, Shem?
Yeah, I think I'd be the most responsible.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's a toss-up between you and Mocha, to be honest with me.
Yeah.
I think so. I think
I'd be pretty good with it.
So
I could have been. My grandfather ran a fashion thing.
Is anybody set to inherit anything? I don't think I've ever asked that question. Do you have any wealth in your family, Shem? Mocha? More. I'm not going to ask Maury.
You know what?
Yeah. You do?
Yeah.
You think you could inherit something?
Well, I don't know that I'd be next in line, but
right?
I mean, yeah, definitely.
How many people you got to kill to inherit that?
Well, I'm not going to snitches, man. Come on, man.
So Jamie Johnson because they were just, I'm reading this real estate article. She is the heir to her, I think it's like her great-grandfather, Robert Wood Johnson. Okay. Wood Johnson. One of the three brothers who founded the $452 billion Johnson & Johnson empire.
Whoa.
So, yeah, so she's the heiress to that.
The baby lotion, guys?
Yes, that's a lot of lotion,
That's
right?
a lot of powder, too.
So she just bought like some $17 million house in,
get outta here.
yeah, and then there's another article where the Campbell Soup heiress, the daughter of the great something or whatever from Campbell Soup, just bought like a $9 million house. And then there's the Barnes and Noble heiress who just bought a $20 million penthouse in New York. Like there's a lot.
The money just like keeps just trickling down.
Yes,
eventually, right?
Yes. Like that's
Like,
just
isn't Paris Hilton technically an heir?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Once her parents are gone.
Yeah, she totally is. I don't know what she's set to
But she's also built up her
inherit.
own empire, right?
But yeah, she would be. Like I'm assuming Paris Hilton for sure would be. But so you're not set to inherit anything, eh, Mocha?
money.
Like you're not. There's no money in like if you like go up the tree. There's no.
I could have been.
No. Who could you have been? Mocha?
My grandfather ran a company called Clever Clad.
Right.
In the 60s. They were a very, very popular fashion brand.
Okay. What do you mean he ran it?
It was his company.
Like he invented it?
He was the designer.
He
made the clothes.
He owned the company,
He
though.
owned the company.
What's it called? Clever
Clad.
That sounds
CLAD, or is it spelled like
Clever with two C's. Clever and then Clad with a C. And this
Wait,
was
where's two C's? In clever or clad?
No, Clever with a C and Clad with a C.
So how you spell both words normally then?
Yes, okay.
You're so
Man,
no wonder you're not an heir.
You're lucky he's still not alive. Like, there's no way he would trust you with money. Like, there's no way. There's no way he would trust you with money.
Clever-clad clothing?
Yeah. It's still available on eBay.
Really?
Yeah,
So what kind of
loved it.
Okay,
It was
so what
like-
happened to the company then?
Oh, like he...
There's clever cat clothing, I see. Are you sure it's not clever cat?
Clever Clad Canada.
Clever Clad. That's too hard to say. No wonder the company folded. You can't say Clever Clad Canada? Why would he name a company that? That's the hardest thing.
Because he thought it was funny.
No, that's too hard to say. So
nothing is popping up on Google, at least on page 1.
Okay. So he owned this company. When did the company dissolve then, more?
In the 70s.
So like while you were born or after you were born?
After I was born.
Okay. So where did that money go then?
To my grandmother.
And then where did that money go?
That money went to, because he never allowed her to own property.
Right.
He said,
Old
you should,
school, huh?
you should,
Old school.
You need to rent. So
Yeah.
all the money went to like her rent.
Oh, so we're not talking a fortune here.
No, but I'm saying like I could have been an heir to like.
That's not an heir. You
No.
can't call yourself an heir when you were about maybe possibly inherit enough money to pay an old lady's rent. Right? You can't call yourself an heir to Clever Clad Canada.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Did his t-shirt, he made like t-shirts and stuff?
No, women's dresses.
Could you imagine, Maury?
Oh, because I'm seeing like some t-shirts here with like pictures of
'cause I got-
Beatles on them.
I had heard that somewhere in like my dad's side of the family, but like extended, that there was some money down in the States, like in Maine or something like that, where they owned some sort of printing press or some chocolate. I don't even know what the hell it was. But I grew up thinking that that I was an heir to some sort of fortune. I was like, oh my God, it's all gonna come back. And then the older I got, the problem is that people think that I'm either the heir to Weston bread,
Yeah.
right, which I am not, or Galen Weston somehow related
President's
to
Choice
him,
guy.
the President's Choice guy.
Yeah, and
which
you are not.
which I am not.
No, far from it.
Right?
Broke ass.
Yes.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Podcast.
Roz Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hello, Debbie. It's Roz and Mocha. How are you?
I'm good. Hi, Ross. Hi, Mocha.
Oh, girl, you sound so sad. What's going on?
Because my roommates are selfish pigs.
Your roommates are selfish pigs. You wrote us this. Roz and Mocha fixed my life. I'm an international student in my third year of university, living in a 6-bedroom student house. The house is fine, but my roommates refuse to clean up after themselves and regularly leave dishes in the sink for weeks, dirty utensils on the counter, and stack up the garbage instead of taking it out. This weekend, the oldest in the house and I got into an argument because she's just generally a dirty person and decided that if I had an issue with it, then I should clean it myself. I don't know what to do now, and I'm considering just ending my lease, but the cost of moving all my things would be a lot, and I don't have a car or family in Canada that could help me. Where are you from?
I am from Nigeria. I'm just here for university.
Okay.
And everyone else in the house, like, are you the only clean one and the other 5 are messy,
No.
or is it just like a handful?
I would say 3 main people. There's a second girl like me. She's always like complaining about like cleanliness as well. But she doesn't. She complains like me, but I'm the one that ends up like doing the dirty work at the end of the day.
Yeah, because
Do the other people think that they're dirty at all?
I feel like they say things like, "Oh, this kitchen is really messy," but like look into the sink and it's bare things in the sink. So I'm just like, do they not understand? They're the ones that are messy. I'm confused as to why they don't make the connection at all.
Yeah, you're living with like monsters, right? And and these are monsters who have most likely been mothered their whole lives.
Mm-hmm.
And in a situation like this, not only do they not know how to clean up after themselves, they don't feel that they should clean up after themselves because that's what other people are for. That's sort of the houses that they came from. You coming from Nigeria, maybe you had a different upbringing. It sounds like you did.
Yeah.
But, you know, you immediately walk in and there are people who are filthy. And if they see that it's a problem for somebody, okay, it's not that they are going to then say, oh my God, my behavior is making somebody else uncomfortable. What they think is, oh, thank God we got a clean freak in here so I don't have to do any of the work.
Oh.
Now, is there, because to me it sounds like there is no fix to this, right? Like you'll be going around in the same circles, same arguments all the time, and then it ends with you being the one, or you and one other person being the one that like kind of clean the place up, right?
Yeah, I tried to do like a schedule before in the summer. That didn't work, and most people in the summer, they've gone. I tried to do the schedule again, and the issue with the schedule is if someone misses their day, so that, like, for example, like the recycling, if you don't sort it out, they won't pick it up, so it's just going to stack up there for, like, the next week for the next person, and they're not going to want to do it because it wasn't done last week. And if you don't do the kitchen, it's going to be dirty for the next person. They're going to be like, well, if they didn't clean last week, I'm not. It's a whole thing, and it seems to people that refuse to do their part, so at this point, I'm like, should I involve the landlord? Because this is getting ridiculous. What's the point of the schedule if no one's going to follow it?
No, and these are this is a temporary, place. Like if you were out in the world and working, and you were a roommate with somebody where you were thinking, oh my God, okay, this could maybe be just because prices are so expensive everywhere. Like maybe 2-3 years I'm going to be living with these guys, right? But people, this is temporary housing. This is a hostel for these people, right? And they're not building lifelong friendships or emotional attachments, and they don't care about the place. That's the thing. You can always lean on, pride of where you live, and nobody actually wants to live in filth. But they have no pride for the place you live because it's a flop house for them.
I think that's probably the case. But what do I do? Because like I came in last week Friday into the house just from work, and like this wave of like almost like diapers hit my nostrils. It was so bad.
Oh no!
I left chicken in the fridge for like 4 weeks or something, so the whole house just like was thick. There's 2 fridges. I know the second fridge was full of like this rotten chicken. It was so bad, and I was like, why did no one like take this out? Like, what's going on? And I was just like, I don't know.
Like, what do they say though about all that?
I remember I went to the group chat. I was like, they also say like, oh, whose chicken is this? No one wants to admit that it's that's their chicken. Yeah. I'm like, okay, well, it has to be someone's chicken. There's always 2 in this house. I don't.
Can you and like the other person, the other logical person, the one that's kind of like on your side of things, Debbie, can you and that person afford to get out and like live on your own? Like, could the 2 of you be roommates somewhere else?
I think so, but I'm doing like a year-long co-op, and I think she's in her last year of university.
Oh.
So it would be, I'm gonna go back next year, September, to school, but she's gonna like be done like next year, May.
Here's the other thing you can do is at some point, my old man was great for doing this stuff. There's nothing my old man loved more than throwing stuff out. And he didn't like really particularly help with the housework and all this other stuff. But once a month, he would go to the kitchen, and you could be anywhere in the house and you would just hear it, right? Where you would just hear the snap of a garbage bag. And he snapped it differently than my mom did it. So he always knew Dad was getting the garbage bag, right?
Yeah, he probably did it with force.
Yes. And he would walk around the house, and if it wasn't nailed down, it was going in the garbage bag.
Yeah.
Right? My dad threw out, sometimes deliberately, sometimes accidentally, some really important stuff of mine.
Yeah.
Right? So, just because I hadn't cleaned it in forever.
Should have put it
right?
away.
Should have put it away. And so, what is there to stop you from, maybe somebody has something that is personal to them, but not life-changing if they ever lose it, that's also right beside a pizza box, and you just walk through the house one day, and it's an everything goes kind of situation.
And your defense is like, yo, I'm just cleaning up.
Listen, it looked like garbage. If you leave something important beside garbage, it's getting thrown out. I didn't know where that smell was coming from, so yes, your scarf went in the garbage with the chicken.
That sounds like a great compromise, Debbie.
That's great, actually. Yeah, I'll do that.
And see if your other roommate would be into that as well. And maybe the two of y'all trade off and do that once a month.
I'll tell her the plan so we can do it together.
Yep, and get drunk too. Get a bottle of wine and just go on a tear.
It'll be a girl's night. Yeah.
Yep, make it fun.
Does that help, Debbie?
It really does. Thank you.
All right, girl. All the best. Thank you so much for reaching out and for listening.
Thank you for having me. Goodbye.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
Hey, Mocha.
Yes, sir.
You ready?
I am.
Let's do the news.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
News break.
Rihanna. Have you heard it yet?
I have.
What do you think?
It's called Lift Me Up. By the way, we're going to play the full song in just a couple of minutes. This is what Rihanna posted on IG the other day, and Marvel posted on IG the other day.
Lift me up, hold me down, keep me close, safe and sound.
So it's pretty much this, the entire track. And I mean, it sounds great to have Rihanna back. Not what I was expecting from Rihanna.
She's a different person now,
No, I know.
Because I'll tell you, for Rihanna, right? So you got the Super Bowl gig, which is going to feed the fans because you're going to get like a greatest hits from Rihanna on the Super Bowl halftime show. But when it comes to new music, and you look at what Rihanna has done and what is still left to do, and when it comes to new music, you know what's cooler than winning a Grammy for a song? Winning an Oscar for a song.
Oh, yeah.
But don't forget, there's 2 songs in the movie, so the other one could also be completely different and crazy upbeat.
This is the one that they're going to submit, because Academy Award. When does the movie come out? When does Wakanda Forever come out?
In like 2 weeks.
What's the date though?
It's like November 11th.
Okay, so the deadline for Academy Awards is November 15th.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So the song is released. Song's released now. Academy Awards happen on March 12th.
Yeah.
Super Bowl happens February 12th.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to have a wild month where she does the Super Bowl halftime show and will most likely at least be nominated, if not win an Academy Award in the same month.
You think they'll have her perform?
At the Super Bowl, at the Academy Awards?
At the Academy Awards, this song.
Of course.
She has to.
We talked about this, and if Rihanna was going to come back, she was going to do the biggest stages possible.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm sorry, like the Grammys is not a big enough stage. It's just not.
No, it's got to be Academy Awards.
It has to be.
Well, Super Bowl and Academy Awards.
Super Bowl and Academy Awards is
I'm
what you're
happy
looking at.
that Rihanna's back, right? I'm more of a fan of like the up-tempo, big party records from Rihanna, which I hope that we get soon.
Yes.
And I do have to obviously watch Wakanda Forever because these songs from Rihanna appear during like the last parts of the movie, right? And including the credits. So this song has to tie into the movie, which I feel once I get the visuals,
it's the ending credits song.
will be will have a little bit more of an impact. But I'm happy
Because a lot of times these songs don't even wind up in the movie.
No,
this is the ending credit.
Right.
But then they need this to go to Broadway so she can win a Tony too.
Right? Yeah, they have to do Wakanda on Broadway. Yes, you're right.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Millie Bobby Brown teasing a potential collaboration with Mariah Carey.
What?
Listen to this. It's Millie Bobby Brown talking to Jimmy Fallon.
Wait, so you guys are buds?
Buds.
Do you ever sing with her?
We have sung together, yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever, like for real,
Like in her studio, sung together.
What? What? Wait! Is there something, could something be in the works? Are you guys?
Potentially. I mean, she's always doing something. Like, she's like the busiest woman ever. I call her and she's like in the middle of like changing the plan. I'm like, oh, hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Can we talk? She's like, oh, 1 second, darling. I'm performing at MSG. I'm like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
She's
always doing giant
always
things.
doing things. And I'm just like, can we hang out? And then I'll just go over and we'll sing together. It's the most magical. She is the most talented singer.
She's unbelievable.
Ever. Like,
but Mariah Carey
truly.
and Millie Bobby Brown, maybe a collab?
Potentially. I don't know.
This is the biggest scoop I've ever gotten on The Tonight Show ever. I love it. I would buy that in 2 seconds.
Hold on a second.
I think it's
They
weird.
hang out all the time.
I think it's weird they're friends, man.
Yeah.
I think it's weird. Mariah Carey's 52. Millie Bobby Brown's just 18.
It started because like Mariah's huge, like she's a massive fan of Stranger Things.
I get it.
I'm a massive fan of Stranger Things. I ain't hanging out with Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, I'm a massive fan of a lot of things. Like I think it's weird. Even in show business world, I think it's weird because presumably they've been hanging out for years.
Yep.
I think it's weird when you're 50 and you're hanging out with a 16-year-old.
But
I think it's
isn't Millie
weird,
Bobby
dude.
Brown like the same age as Mariah's kids?
How old are those two
Rock
kids?
and Row?
Yeah.
No, they're younger.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
But much more closer in age to Mariah. I mean,
My prediction is that Millie Bobby Brown ends up on the Madison Square Garden stage with her.
Yeah.
They're 11.
They're 11. Yeah.
Really? That's it?
Yes. They're 11. She's Millie Bobby Brown's 18. Yeah. Listen, I just think it's weird. I don't know. And I'm sure show business world is much different, everything else. But when you're 52 and you're hanging out with at the house with an 18, I don't know.
I had 52-year-old friends.
That's why people clown on Drake for his friendship with Millie Bobby Brown.
Maybe it's different because Drake's a man. Maybe that makes a difference. I don't know, man. I think it's weird.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Howie Mandel is coming out to sort of defend Meghan Markle on Meghan Markle's podcast, Archetypes. She talked about how when she was the briefcase girl, one of the briefcase girls on was it Deal or No Deal?
Deal or No
Is that
Deal,
the
yeah.
show? That she felt like a bimbo. So here's a little bit of Meghan Markle.
I was thankful for the job, but not for how it made me feel. I didn't like feeling forced to be all looks and little substance. And that's how it felt for me at the time, being reduced to this specific archetype. The word bimbo, it was solely about beauty and not necessarily about brains. I was surrounded by smart women on that stage with me, but that wasn't the focus of why we were there. And I would end up leaving with this pit in my stomach, knowing that I was so much more than what was being objectified.
So Howie Mandel, who of course hosted Deal or No Deal, said, I've never really heard anyone complain, and I don't think Meghan is complaining. He goes on to say, I think Meghan just said she wanted to do more. It wasn't fulfilling for her. So I don't know why there's this big hoopla, except I have to say that me standing there with 26 women staring at me made me feel like a bimbo. Anyway, but then a lot of the other briefcase models have come out to sort of trash Meghan Markle, and I think even Whoopi Goldberg was like, you know what you signed up for.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that one of the problems that people had was, in retrospect or in hindsight, it's very easy to say this stuff, but I think that Meghan Markle did 60 episodes or something like that of that show, right? And Whoopi was like, listen, it's show business, right? Sometimes you're in a clown suit, sometimes you're wearing a big nose, sometimes you're doing this. It's just, it's this until the next gig. And that's sort of more, right? Show business every day. Maury's got to put the big nose on, go into work and entertain the people. You get it.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So I don't know if you had a chance to see the video of Katy Perry's eye going all weird in that promo, right? So she does like this thing, right? Like where she's like looking at the audience, and then she just does this like
it's her right eye.
She just like closes like one eyelid perfectly, and then the other one just sort of stays open. And everybody was like, oh my God, it's from the vaccine, or it's Bell's palsy, or it's all this stuff. And so she's finally responding to it. And what she said was, she posted the video and said, welcoming all my hashtag flat earthers, hashtag space is fakers, hashtag birds aren't realers, and hashtag sky isn't bluers.
Yo, who doesn't know that birds are real? Who thinks the birds are fake?
To come see my broken doll eye party trick in Vegas next year. So she says that it's deliberate, like she does like a broken doll thing with her,
Not a
with her
chance.
eye.
Not a chance.
So a lot of people thought she was glitching and that she's not real. She's
What is
a
the other?
robot.
Shapeshifters?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm a flat earthers out there. What's
don't
up?
even get me going on the reptilian shapeshifters, man. That's a real thing.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Matthew Perry, more from his interview with Diane Sawyer. This clip is like wild, man. So we all knew and have known forever that he spent a lot of time in rehab and he's fought a lot of addictions. But how bad did it actually get? Because I know he talks a lot about being near death. But when somebody says, I almost died from this, you're kind of like, yeah, okay, I get it. You were in a dark place and maybe you feel like you almost died. But listen to Matthew Perry describe what he considers to be the times he almost died.
I want to just do it by the numbers because you're sending postcards from hell to everyone out there who needs it. 6,000 AA meetings, therapy 30 years, 15 rehabs, maybe at least. Half of your life in treatment or in sober living houses.
He has been in detox, he estimates, 65 times. Survived 14 surgeries after a nearly fatal emergency 3 years ago.
They ran me into the emergency trauma room, and it was in there that my colon exploded. I was put on an ECMO machine. And an ECMO machine, when you talk to any doctor, is a Hail Mary, is the last thing that you do before people die. And there were 5 people that night that were put on ECMO machine, and I was the only one who survived.
He was in a coma for 14 days. As he heals from all he's been through, there's still wear and tear on his voice and speech, and the scars on his body like a warrior back from battle.
I was in that hospital for 5 months and, escaped death really narrowly.
Wow.
Oh, well.
That's insane, man.
Yeah. Like we all knew it was bad, but incredible.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Kanye West in a sort of weird turn of events. So his Donda Academy, his school, opened up again yesterday. So they shut it all down yesterday. And then they open it all back up yesterday, quote, with a vengeance is what they said. If you remember.
With a vengeance?
Yeah, I don't know. If you remember, Kanye's school, the Donda Academy, charges $15,000 a year and requires parents to sign a non-disclosure agreement to prevent any leaks. The school promises a faith-based education with the promotion of Christian values alongside a, quote, rigorous core curriculum, as well as science and math. The school also allows time for full school worship, while the enrichment courses include film, choir, and parkour.
I love that one.
One of the
extreme parkour.
One of the funniest tweets. I don't know who tweeted this, but they. Let me read this tweet to you. Having a rough day. Was just laid off from my job as a parkour instructor at the Donda Academy. I don't feel sorry for myself. I feel sorry for those children running around out there with half an education. Nothing is more dangerous than someone who only knows a little parkour. But listen, what kind of mental parent signs their kid up for? Are you that much of a clout chaser?
Yes. That's exactly what it is.
You're going to sign your kid up to the Donda Academy,
so that they can go around and say, my kid goes to Kanye's school.
Yeah, right? Like this.
That's the only reason.
Indoctrinating, non-disclosure agreement, cult, Yeezy. What the hell is the matter with you? It's all clout though, right?
100%.
It is all 100% clout and also parkour.
And parkour. Extreme parkour.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Apparently, Liam Hemsworth is replacing Henry Cavill in season 4 of The Witcher.
Oh, scary.
Spooky. I guess Liam wrote, as a Witcher fan, I'm over the moon about the opportunity to play Geralt of Rivia. Is that the name? I watched one episode of that show, and I wasn't really into it. I thought I'd love it because it's like right up my alley.
Yeah.
But I think that I was still watching Game of Thrones at the time, and it just seemed sort of inferior. I don't know what it was, but I
too
just,
scary?
I couldn't get into it.
Wait, so why is Henry Cavill leaving? Because you think that he's going to be doing more stuff with DC now?
I think so.
So that's going to take up
I think so.
a lot of his time for the next few years?
I do believe that is what's going on with Henry Cavill.
Because they're going to make another Superman, for sure.
I think they're making 2 more. I think that's what they said.
And then they're going to have to do... Yeah, they'll make 2 more.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll take a stab at doing another Justice League.
Yeah.
Or they'll go down the Black Adam road.
Yeah. He said, Henry Cavill has been an incredible Geralt. And if I'm not saying that right, please don't at me. And I'm honored that he's handing me the reins and allowing me to make up my own White Wolf's blades for the next chapter of this adventure. And then Henry actually replied and said, Liam, good sir, this character has such a wonderful depth to him. Enjoy diving in and seeing what you can find. So there's a new Witcher.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Tonight's Powerball in the U.S. is $1 billion.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Really?
$1 billion. $1 billion lottery.
Hey, am I allowed to drive across the border and buy a ticket?
Yep.
Like if I go to the gas
Maury's
station or
done it
whatever?
before, right, Maura?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've given them away on the radio station.
Yeah. We've done that before. You can go because I think the only states is like it's like Nevada, Alabama, and like Alaska or something like that don't do Powerball. But somebody hasn't won the Powerball. Oh God, it's been like a real long time since they've had a lottery winner. Like you know how like it keeps going up and up, right?
Yeah.
Oh, since August, nobody's hit the jackpot yet.
That's why it's at $1 billion.
Yeah, and it was, and in August it was 207 million. That was the last time somebody won.
Did
was
you imagine if
207
it's
mil.
one ticket?
Bro, $1 billion in lottery. That's crazy. That's a crazy lottery number. $1 billion.
How much after? Like, okay, so does every state have like a different taxable amount, or is it the same? Because we know that in the States that jackpot is taxed. Is it taxed the exact same across the board?
No, because
or
depending
if somebody in like Connecticut wins, are they taxed differently than someone in Los Angeles?
Well, it depends on, I don't know how that tax is categorized. Like I know in Florida, there's no income tax. So is lottery winnings included in income or is it included in some other weird tax bracket that I don't know about?
That's crazy though.
Right? Could you imagine though?
$1 billion?
Yeah, $1 billion. That's a lot of money, man.
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Elon Musk owns Twitter now. And I guess everything that went down with Nancy Pelosi's husband and the break-in and all the weirdness that happened. So some whack job broke into Nancy Pelosi's house in San Francisco. Well, Nancy Pelosi was in D.C. and her husband Paul was there. And this guy like tried to murder him with a hammer, right? And then so Hillary Clinton tweeted something out saying, listen, man, this stuff has to stop. And then Elon, who owns Twitter, tweeted, there is a tiny possibility there's more to this story than meets the eye. And then he added a link to a site that had like all this bad information attached to it. And then Elon Musk, who owns Twitter, by the way, I cannot say that enough, deleted the tweet. And the theory from the unsubstantiated article claims that Paul Pelosi knew the attacker and that when police got there, they found the attacker and Paul Pelosi in their underpants fighting over a hammer.
What?
Right? So that was the story that came out over the weekend, right? That when cops showed up, they found this guy in his underwear trying to murder Paul Pelosi, and then he only hit him once the cops arrived. And so that went crazy over the weekend, right? But when you click on that article now that originated that sort of story where it was like the guy was in his underpants, because of course, as soon as you hear that the guy was in his underpants, you're like, okay, they were lovers, right? So now when that link still exists, but when you click on the link of the story at the very, very bottom of where that story used to exist, there's a tiny little disclaimer that now reads, we released the prior details of this story of what the suspect was wearing that were unsubstantiated, and we retract that statement. So they took that back. So there is no proof that this guy was in his underpants, but this is now what Elon Musk is tweeting out as the guy who
Pelosi
owns.
in his underpants?
No,
Nobody
don't know. We know, but nobody said
so where'd
that.
the story of the underpants
It
come
was just
from?
somebody made it up, and then it caught fire, and then that's all anybody was talking about. Like people over the weekend were posting pictures of like a pair of tighty whities on a bed with a hammer on top, going, my Paul Pelosi Halloween costume. Right?
No,
like
come
that's
on,
like
that's
that's
not nice.
yeah. So that's how crazy this thing went, and then everybody was like, this guy was, he's like Antifa and all this stuff, and he's not. Like none of that stuff is substantiated. None of it is. And Elon Musk, who owns Twitter, the guy who was like, we got to clean this place up, is the one who was tweeting that out. Like it's so wild.
Like, bro, you
to
just
me.
got the job.
Thank you. Right?
And you out here doing stuff you got to
Right?
delete.
Yes.
Damn, man.
Yes.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Kanye West, when somebody apologizes, right? And then and then they apologize, but then during the apology, they make it all worse, right? So Kanye had come out after the whole White Lives Matter shirt and everything else. He came out with saying that George Floyd wasn't killed by that cop, and that it was other stuff and everything else. And so he's talking to paparazzi the other night on Saturday, I think it was, and he goes to apologize for his comments on George Floyd, and then just makes it so much worse.
So when I said that, and I questioned the death of George Floyd, it hurt my people. It hurt the black people. So I want to apologize to hurting them, because right now God has shown me by what Adidas is doing and by what the media is doing, I know how it feels to have a knee on my neck now.
Oh my God!
What the
So
heck?
I thank you, God, for humbling me and letting me know how it really felt.
Oh my goodness.
And then,
Kanye,
bro,
you friggin' idiot.
Bro, and then he talked about how his Jewish doctor misdiagnosed him, and that he gave him these pills that would have turned him into, like, there would have been a Michael Jackson and Prince situation. And then he had on his phone, he whips out his phone, and he had like this graph on his phone where he starts reading to the camera people all these names of these major companies, both in film and television and in journalism and everything else, right? And it's a chart on his phone, and it's like the print is so small, and he's reading out all these names, and he has a chart on his phone where he keeps track of which of these organizations is owned by somebody who's Jewish.
No.
Yeah, and he's like showing it on his phone. Like, bro, I'm telling you, man. Like,
How are people still working with him and for him?
I don't know if anybody is. I don't think he has anybody left. Does he?
Has to.
I mean, yeah, I guess he still has people in his organization that are still in the payroll, right? Like, he still has.
And is that why they're
has
still
people?
Because they're on the payroll, they don't want to speak up? They don't want to say anything?
You would guess.
Probably,
But, like,
yeah.
Unless
they feel the exact same way. Because if you go through on his Instagram, like the comments from his fans, like, yeah, there are a lot of people who are like, I used to be a fan, and, your comments are hurtful, and here's why.
Yeah.
But there are a giant majority of people who are like,
loving him,
ride or die for Kanye.
Really, still,
and
huh?
still believe in what he says, and like, thank you for saying what we've all believed, type nonsense.
Man,
I learned on Weekend Update that Goodwill is even refusing to accept Yeezys as a donation.
Goodwill?
Yeah.
They won't even accept Yeezys? Oh, my God. What are you going to say, Shem?
No, I'm just going to really agree with Mocha. I mean, there are people who agree with the things that he is saying.
Really,
That's
yeah.
why he's finding support,
That's wild.
shockingly still.
That's
it's
wild.
Just, he's gross.
So wild.
Jeez.
Yeah, I don't think that he has anywhere to go. Like, there's no I don't think there's a place for Kanye. Like he's run out of, like, there is no, like, and when I say platform, not social media, I mean, like, he can't do a show. Like, Kanye can't do a show.
He can't do business.
He can't do business, right?
Kanye business is done.
Yeah. The interesting thing is, though, is that people were going after Spotify to be like, hey, Spotify, why haven't you pulled all of Kanye's music? And Spotify had turned around and said that, like they did with everybody else, like all the other artists, it's actually up to Kanye's record company and the people that own Kanye's music to pull it.
However,
they don't
said
pull
that
it.
they've pulled all of his music.
Yeah.
I was going to say that Apple Music actually, there's a report that they actually did. They removed his Essentials playlist.
Right. Yeah. So anything curated, but the
Yeah.
songs are still all there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. It's just the playlist is no longer there. But it's up to Kanye's people to pull Kanye's music, which of course they won't.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
StubHub is bonkers, and we know that bots have completely ruined the concert-going experience for people. You can't get tickets, and the bots, the programs, they know what they're doing, and they go out and they get all the tickets and everything else, right? Mm-hmm. And Adele's shows, her residency, Weekends with Adele in Las Vegas at Caesars Palace, which starts November 18th, because this was the whole thing that was postponed because she didn't like the set and she wasn't happy with the way it was going.
Yeah.
And then here we are again. So November 18th is when it kicks off. Yeah. If you want tickets to the lower bowl, this is according to StubHub. Mm-hmm. So seats in the 200 level. So that's like not even like the lower part of Caesars Palace.
Okay.
The 200 level are between $1,200 and $10,000.
What?
Okay. Tickets in the 100s are going between $3,500 and $62,000.
No.
Per ticket.
No.
Okay.
Ain't nobody paying that.
The nosebleeds, like the way, way, way in the back seats,
Sure.
$600 to $2,000.
Who's going to pay that money, though?
Right. Now, you can only assume that this is an error when maybe it was a bot that did it. I don't think that it was a human that did this. But there's one set of tickets in the 200 level that are listed on StubHub for $311,000.
Oh, stop it.
No way.
So you have to think that it was $311.
Yeah.
But it's the number that they put in there is $311,401.
Do you think that are these tickets open for anyone to buy right now?
Yes.
Okay. And these are from the bots? The bots bought?
Well, the bots buy them, but people make the money off it. It's humans that make the money, right?
I wonder if this is a way for the humans who use the bots to prevent other bots from buying them?
No. The bots have already done their job.
Because here's why I ask. There is one company, it's a hat company, and they do these exclusive drops of like X amount that they release on one day, and then that's it. That's the end of the run, right?
Right.
So in preparation for release date, they will, on their website, you could see that the hat's there. It's not available to purchase just yet, but the listed price is like $20,000, $30,000. And they do it to prevent bots on release day from getting them, or resellers from buying them, scooping a bunch of them up early. So when you go through the process of buying it,
right,
you end up paying like $50 or whatever.
Right.
But they have the list price on the site as like 20 or 30 grand. Like, I don't know if that's...
Yeah, that ain't this.
not
These are already after the bots have got them. So tickets go on sale, right?
Nobody's going to pay $60,000 for an Adele concert.
Listen, man, I think that if people are listing tickets to see Adele at Caesars Palace with Weekends with Adele at $62,000...
But she's doing multiple shows. This isn't like a one and done show.
No, but there's not a ton of shows. There's only 32 of them.
Yeah.
Right? There's not a lot.
Man, nobody's going to pay
Also,
$60,000.
If you're in Vegas, just wait like for a couple minutes before the show starts and you'll get them cheaper.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
What, $50,000?
Yeah, exactly. like what, 20, like 22 grand? Yeah. Like what's cheaper than 60, right?
What a steal.
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Takeoff, 1/3 of Migos, this according to TMZ, is dead after an early morning shooting in Houston. Law enforcement sources and multiple witnesses tell TMZ that the fatal shooting went down shortly after 2:30 a.m. That's when cops got a call for a man shot at a bowling alley.
Jeez.
they were told that Takeoff and Quavo were there playing dice when an altercation broke out, and that's when someone opened fire, shooting Takeoff either in the head or near to his head. He was pronounced dead at the scene. So sad, man.
They just released an album together. They just released a new music video yesterday. That is terrible news.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
They say just 2 minutes of exercise a day can make you live longer.
Ugh, that's too much.
Too much.
So if you remember, there was a study a while back that said 4 seconds a day was all you need. Do you remember in Something About Mary when the guy was like 6-minute abs and he was like, yeah, but 4-minute abs, right? Like he was going to like outdo the other guy. So there was a study that came out that said 4 seconds of workout may be enough to counteract all the sitting that we do, because that's what's killing us. Potato chips and sitting.
Yeah. You have to stretch for a 4-second workout?
So
You should. Recommended.
Scientists at the University of Sydney say there's 2 minutes a day exercise can extend your life. So they spent years tracking 70,000 people ages 40 to 70 using activity trackers like Fitbits and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And people who got just 15 minutes of vigorous exercise per week, about 2 minutes a day, were 18% less likely to die over the next 5 years. Now, that's not so different from when the 4-minute study came out. In that one, people had to pedal hard on an exocycle, like a stationary bike, for 4 seconds, then take a short break and repeat that process 5 times, then do that whole thing 8 times a day.
Oh, exhausting.
Right? So 4 seconds at a time.
So 4
little
second
break.
intervals.
Yeah, little break.
It's not 4 seconds total.
No, 4 seconds.
Because the headline is deceiving.
Yeah.
Well, no, but this is just one study. This is the 4-minute people. The 2-minute people, okay, you can just do 2 minutes of vigorous workout, right? Or you can do one.
I don't believe any of this.
You don't?
No.
So that adds up to 2 minutes and 40 seconds of exercise per week.
No.
And that's
I
all.
bet you the 4-minute people do the 2-minute workout.
I bet you they do. So according to both studies, just 2 minutes a day is enough to help. Now, they're not saying this is all you need.
Maury.
What they're saying...
Hold on, let the man finish.
What they're saying is that if you can't find 2 minutes, you're doomed. So even 2 minutes is enough
something.
Something.
It takes 2 minutes to walk to the car.
That's not vigorous. Thank you, Deepa. That's not vigorous.
There's a ramp and stairs.
No. You know what they mean by vigorous, Maury, right?
Fine.
Like vigorous. Like what your afternoons looked like when Matthew was still at work.
That's vigorous.
Vigorous, right?
Look at the look on Maury's face right now.
Great example.
Yeah. But now with this, Maury, okay, like you can't do a hard 2 minutes and then only pause to go to the door to get McDonald's Uber Eats.
Does it say that in the article? Don't make things up.
You can't do a hard 2 minutes and then go to the back of the freezer where we know you hide the Pogos, but your husband doesn't.
Shush.
Okay? You can't do 2 minutes and then pause only to take the takeout containers from chicken fingers and fries at 11:30 in the morning to the chute in the hallway.
Then Febreze.
Okay. And then, yes, you can't do a hard 2 minutes and then only pause to Febreze the smell of grease out of the condo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, then this whole thing just
And a
sounds
vigorous 2 minutes of Febreze does not count.
No, it doesn't count.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Jessica Biel and Justin Timberlake went as the Wet Bandits from Home Alone.
Amazing.
Which one was
really
which?
Good. Hold on here. Let me just go back to the picture.
I predict that Jessica Biel was Harry.
Which one's Harry? I don't know. You can't just throw names out. Like
not.
Give me
Joe
the
Pesci.
actors' names. So Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern.
Yeah, so she went as Daniel Stern.
No, incorrect.
Really?
Yeah, because Timberlake's got that he's got the curly hair. It looks just like Daniel Stern.
Interesting.
Right? Hey, did you watch her new show? Jessica Biel's new show? What's it called? I think it's called Ruby. Is that what it's called?
Is it good?
Yeah, it's messed up, man.
Is it?
Yeah, it's really good. Like Jessica Biel's really good.
Is it suspense?
Yes.
Do you remember she did season 1 of The Sinner?
The Sinner, yes.
Right, that was her show.
Yeah.
And she was great.
And she's done something else like that too, but that's sort of her lane now, where she does these kind of like psychological, suspenseful.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Ruby.
it's
Because
it's
Candy?
Candy, that's what it is.
Oh,
not Ruby. Candy. Yeah. And it takes place in like the 80s. Like it's right around the time that I think Empire Strikes Back came out because it's referenced a couple of times in the
Candy
movie.
Montgomery is a 1980s housewife and mother who did everything right.
Until dun dun dun.
Oh, is that what it says? Until?
No, but that's what the show's about.
Okay.
Alert. But no, it's awesome. You should see it. Yeah,
okay.
she's crazy good in it. Like really good in it.
The celebrity Halloween costumes this year were just incredible. Yeah. Like Lizzo dressing up as Marge Simpson. Oh my God,
Yeah,
so funny.
I saw that. And who just got it? So two people. Was it Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly got like the people got pissed at them for both their costumes this weekend. So on Saturday they went as Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee from 1995, and then I guess Machine Gun Kelly released like a video where he's snorting fake cocaine off her boob. And then everybody's like, but you're role models. And then they got pissed on Sunday because he went as a priest, and then she had on a sort of scantily clad outfit and went as a worshiper, and she was knelt down beside him, and he was giving her sort of like Holy Communion, I guess. So everybody's like, my religion.
I saw people were getting vexed at, what's her name, Kendall Jenner.
What does she go at?
Because she went as Sexy Jessie from Toy Story 2 and 3.
And she...
What's so, like, we know that this happens every year. I don't know why everyone's surprised by all these sexy outfits. Like, that's part of it, right?
It is, but I think that with Sexy Jessie, one, because it's like she's like the actual thing is just seen with childhood. Like people look at the doll as a child, and it's based
That's why
on
people were
something
pissed.
that is because she's wearing chaps but only with like just little underpants underneath. Right? Oh, no,
not
that one, Maury. Not that
scroll
one.
to the Maury's showing Deepa the photo.
Go to the next one where she's turned around.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, show that one to Deepa.
No, not that one.
No. The next one.
This one here?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I get it now. All right, Kendall. No.
Exactly. Yeah. Eventually, listen, you go through enough pictures of a Kardashian, you're going to find the one that hurts your feelings.
I saw Diddy dressed up as Heath Ledger's Joker.
Oh, that was
He did a great job.
He did a really good one, yeah.
I think Joe Jonas went as Flo from the Progressive commercials.
Oh, yeah.
So hilarious.
Really?
So hilarious, yeah. It was really good.
So good.
Yeah, they had a lot of fun this Halloween.
That's awesome. That's so great.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh, yeah, Mariah. Maury, explain.
Time.
Okay,
It's
so
time.
So explain what, because we only have the audio here. So when people are listening to this, explain what you would see if you watched it.
So she posted this at midnight. It
Yes.
starts on October 31st, black and white. Mariah Carey's The Wicked Witch of the West, okay? The calendar is flying behind her, and then it switches to November 1st, and then suddenly she is riding a reindeer.
Okay.
It's time.
There you go.
I don't know. She sounded a little pitchy there.
You think?
Yeah,
Oh, my
listen right
God.
here. Listen. Right here.
It's time.
Oh, boy, the struggle.
Midnight?
is
What do you want at midnight?
The struggle is
You
real.
can't- what are you talking about? She nailed that note.
Bro, are you kidding me? No. Mariah,
I'm not saying Mariah could nail that note live,
No,
but
she only-
Mariah nailed that note in that.
She does it live every show, and she's
she
coming
doesn't-
in town. It's gonna be
Please.
fantastic.
No, she does not.
She doesn't
She
have it
does
anymore, guys.
not.
Listen.
Better. I spent thousands.
No. Mariah's not hitting that note on a stage.
She has to for what we paid for tickets.
No. You're listening to the same recording we are right now when you go and see Mariah live.
Yeah.
When she hits that note. Right? Like, that is a high note, man.
She's the only one that can do that.
That is
No,
a
she's
high.
not.
No,
Right.
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande
really
can
could.
do it.
No,
Yeah,
there's some sort of
yeah.
octave thing. It's in her bio.
You
Everyone
have
has to
no
say
idea
that.
what you're talking about. You have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Absolutely. Some sort of 25 octave thing.
You have no idea what you're talking
Bro, you
about.
can't
No,
call
I have
yourself a
no
fan.
idea what I'm talking about, but this is what people say.
They say what? Just that?
Yeah, Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey did something great, and then they were like, listen, Mariah Carey is the greatest of this thing. That's how they explained it?
25 octave thing.
That's how they explained it? Yeah, the record people?
The record people.
Yeah, when they
say this.
Yeah, when they want to make somebody feel good, that's what they said, right?
You're the best at the thing.
The best at the thing. Thank you.
It's time.
for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10
on Kiss 92.5.
Kiss925.com.
Or download the Kiss 92.5 app.